don't use it.
You'd basically be a torso with a hook attached into the shoulder.
Yeah.
Which is a very stupid looking image.
You could make
Doesn't
it, like,
matter
a
whether it's
really
stupid, it matters whether it's effective.
horrifying,
No.
like,
I mean,
really
I guess you
long
could spin
hook.
it someone, but...
Are we sinking? No, that was just a weird wave. Okay.
Sinking? Like a boat?
Yes, I'm currently on a boat.
No, like, Lumpy, it's like when you're in a sink doing tricks, you know? It's referred to
You
as
have to
sinking.
get all the right songs onto your iPod.
Yeah.
What am I using for the...
Mitchell hate to do this, but I really gotta pee. I'll be right back.
Okay, goodness.
Alright, time to try and run Nor over again to get him on the boat. Come on, you stupid piece of shit. Oh my fucking... Yeah, it worked! It's that simple.
No, you're not gonna get his whole face, but that's... What is this person's name again? Because when you make a recurring character, at least in this particular game, effectively they grow from being just random schmuck number 501 to actually having a name and backstory to a certain extent.
Oh.
Because they'll keep showing up until you kill them, or they die some other way.
Time to kill the cultist.
And you can do that.
These motherfuckers. If they curse this anchor one more time to lower, I'm gonna scream.
And I have a map for the city, so I generally know where things are. But since you guys don't have a map for the city, I'm not going to give it to you yet. Unless you buy one.
How much is the map of the city?
Just the city, since it's not really a city, it's just a small town, it's going to be like a gold.
Too rich for my blood.
Ah!
No, it takes skill to draw maps. You can't just do it from some schmuck.
These are hard.
Huh?
But not as hard as me. Oh, fuck, sorry, Theo's here. Ah, jeez. I gotta go into PG mode.
Hey Theo, my dick is rock fucking hard.
Oh, Peyton, no, you can't say that! Theo just looks at you and calmly pulls out a gun.
Do you think that scares me? It only makes my rock hard dick even harder.
It becomes a diamond.
Diamonds, baby!
Not only that,
My
I've
dick is like
enchanted-
titanium, it's hard but brittle.
I've enchanted my dick with sharpness 5.
No, I've enchanted my dick with that fire aspect, that's why it burns my
Oh
pee.
no!
Bane of arachnids.
Dude, my dick
dick
needs
is
that.
a fly swatter.
Or, well, my dick did need that. Have I told you guys that story?
No.
It's not really much of a story, it's just something that happened. Yeah, the spider once bit me on the tip of my dick.
Christ.
Yeah, that was a weird, little fun day. It's a fucking spider bite on my dick. It's all like swollen and purple. The very tip, too. I'm like, really?
Oh, come on, man. Bro, what the fuck?
Come on, like, I was asleep. What could I have possibly done in my sleep that warranted that?
You got hard.
Guess.
I like this very red cult leader.
Yeah, he's very red.
Well, yeah, he's an enemy. If you notice, actually,
Yeah,
so
I
do
like
the
how
goblins.
last time, if you actually looked,
Enemies
Maxwell
have-
Cook was also red.
Well, that's just because I was switching tokens around.
Yeah, but it's still funny to me because it's like, oh, so this is like all the attitude. So you got, you know, good, good, good. He fucking hates us. Huh?
Attached the wrong thing, and now I can't. Right.
I looked away for 1 second. What the hell's going on now?
I'm just showing
Alright,
you
they're-
that the other things are
Grabbing the
also
Royal
down.
Rumble.
These bad dudes climbing on the tables. I like the idea that all the reoccurring characters just come to the tavern, just hang out.
Yeah, exactly.
They just all sit here. Oh hey, you guys are
I mean,
back from
I've
another.
already explicitly said that's how the tavern's going to be used.
Hey, what's up, man? Oh hey, you
They
guys
won't
back
all be
from another...
inside the tavern. They might be outside the tavern. But
Just
they'll all be
loitering.
around.
They just loiter.
I can't wait to walk outside the tavern and get fucking mugged by the cult leader.
He
Give me all your
just starts
spirituality,
fucking- No.
man. Big up to the fact I'm not recording it, because that should be the best joke I say tonight.
It's alright. It's I am.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
fair.
saved. Well, I mean, Theo, we'll never get to see it. You haven't uploaded shit in like many millennia.
Because I don't want to like. I forget which episode is the Dylan talk afterwards episode, and I don't want to like
You know what you gonna do?
accidentally make that one public.
Coward.
They're all there and they're just unlisted. Oh my
Oh, yeah.
gosh.
There's like 50 of them.
Oh my gosh.
I know that I have access to one of the unlisted ones because of a funny Reigns moment. Okay, hit me with the cannonball. I guess I deserve that one.
Very important.
Don't have work to do. Whenever I feel like it. I'd love the ending, so that's what
Mitchell
I'll
can
be
stay
heading
on
out.
task and
Nah, like 11 is when I'm calling it. Throwing in the towel.
Yeah. I mean, we can start a little earlier if you guys are up there. I just know that Theo isn't always awake.
I
mean,
personally would
away
prefer
around
that,
7.
but
I had a migraine, so I woke up at 3:30. So chances are I may fall asleep at the end of it. A strange turn of events.
I'm good pretty much any time past like 6 because I technically have a lab that could technically go up to 5, and I have like an hour drive home. But the chances of it actually being an hour are pretty slim, especially
Long as-
now because we're still relatively early.
I'm good from like 2:30 onwards.
A hero.
Well, my work, I can sometimes stay until like 6, but that's exceptionally rare. So I shouldn't need to worry about that.
The good news is that this fight is looking like it's going to be over pretty fucking soon.
Hell yeah.
Oh, see, it's on sale. Yeah. I keep looking at it, but then my mind reminds me of once you get this, no one else is going to play it anymore.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Sea of
Well,
Thieves is
it's-
alright.
The problem is it's happened like over and over again. Like I'll go
Oh,
and
yeah, it
I'll
always
get into a
fucking happens.
multiplayer thing, and I'm like, okay, guys, I'm ready to play, and everyone's like, we stopped playing that like a while ago.
The classic is getting it like right before the end cycle, so you get like 2 games and then never again.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, they were fun 2 games.
Yeah. I got pinged twice today that Hades came out. Because I think I'm on the wish list for, or not wish list, on the like sending list for Supergiant. So they went and they were like, "Hey, we released Hades." And then it's on, of course, Steam's big dashboard.
Hey, buddy.
I'll have to play that now that it's updated.
Hades. Fun game, but I beat it like once and went, all right, I'm not really interested in playing more.
Mm-hmm.
What game?
I
Hades.
beat it a couple of times, I think, at this point. Or maybe it's more than that. No, I beat it with all but I think one of the weapons so far.
Yeah, I just beat it with Spear, and I didn't really. It's like, oh, you should beat it with the other ones, and it's like, yeah, I don't really want to play any ones that aren't Spear.
Yeah,
Spear's just,
I think
Spear's
if I
just
remember
fun.
correctly, I beat it with the gun, then kind of worked my way back.
Yeah,
No, sorry, the bow was the first one because Kyron's bow is insane.
Gabby, you can't go out yet. You got.
the I know that the shield is just the broken one.
It's a fun weapon.
The Spear is just fun because it wasn't broken, and it was good to use.
Yeah. I think it's just I like the Supergiant stuff, especially for the story content. So I kept poking at it because I was like, things are still opening up. Plus, maybe there's actually like something at the end now, rather than just you lose.
Yeah,
But how much longer do you think that fight's gonna last, Payne?
Wow, it actually killed him.
I guess he lost the fight.
Hello?
Lost it so hard. Yeah. How much longer do you think the fight is going to last?
Until we lose. And I'm gonna be honest, it doesn't really look like we're winning, so I'm about ready to give up on it. Especially because we're like sinking.
That is very bad when you're on a boat.
Well, depends on how deep the water is.
Well, let's just say that this is a
Are they
one deck
giants?
ship,
How
and
tall-
the water is almost up to that singular deck.
Yeah, that's bad.
Is the ship on fire?
I could make it on fire.
'Cause
It could be
if the
more on
ship
fire.
If the ship is on fire, this could work in your to your advantage.
It isn't.
Darn. Well, if you light
However-
the ship on fire, then sinking might be optimal.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Nora's still on the enemy ship. He's been on enemy ships for like 80% of this fight. So that's something.
Does he?
Is he actually doing something
Die?
on the enemy ship?
I
or
don't
just-
know. It says he's in combat, but I have no way of knowing that. I'm trying to pilot our ship.
Mm.
he's
He doesn't seem to be doing much
dancing
since
or
he's constantly losing. There's another. Wait a minute. There's another ship here that's 100% stealing all our loot from when we killed the earlier pirates.
Aw.
So I have an idea. It's called I Ram Their Ship. It's a good one. Maybe one of my best. We're like out of cannonballs as well.
Yeah, that's not good.
The enemy does not seem to be out of health though.
If I've watched Pirates of the Caribbean before, which I have, you would know to use
Spoons.
yeah, just regular silverware.
Yeah, cutlery. Fuck. Words are hard.
Because
You know what?
I haven't seen that
I'm just
movie in
gunning
so
it straight
long.
into
I can
their
still
ship.
remember
Whatever.
that scene.
To Valhalla.
You and me, we got this.
I have just drove over their ship.
Mm.
I did not know that that was an option. Where is Hep? Hep is now also on their ship. Okay. So it's now me on the ship, having just run over their ship. I didn't even know that I could do. I actually, I hit it, and like I slowed down, and I just kept going over it. I didn't realize that. Jesus. All right, coming around for round 2.
It's like in oh god, what was that game? Guns of Icarus, when you just like press the down button on top of the enemy airship.
Yeah, just park on them. Also, I mean, we can start. Just whenever.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just be slightly distracted for the next, I don't know, like 2 minutes.
Okay. Is everyone else all set to go?
I was
Yeah.
born ready.
I made a mistake, but yeah, I am ready.
Yeah, let me also quickly.
What do you mean
mute
made a
CFCs.
mistake?
Don't worry about it.
See,
Lumpy?
when Theo says that, I just worry more.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
I mean, G can probably, if he looks around enough, see the mistake I made. But
Oh, yeah. That I'll be honest, I just assumed that was intentional, and
I just wasn't. I was like, okay, that game's done. I'll time to be done. But I just blindly hit the button.
Theo can multitask. He's playing Yumi. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, he'll be fine. It's just you.
So my
You
AD
literally don't
carry
even have to-
locks in Ezreal, and I'm sorry, but I'm not playing Zillion with Ezreal.
No, that's fine.
So,
So
yeah. You guys have once again arrived at the tavern,
Uh-huh.
and you have a new face.
Once again for the.
Who has a new face? What kind of magic is this?
No, you
I
see
mean,
a new face.
Coldly.
I thought you said you guys
Check
have
out.
a new face. I want a new face. Actually, no, my face is nice.
You just need to take enough injuries, and then you can have a new face.
That's fair.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
The face counts as a limb. So,
30
Yep.
seconds until minions
but
spawn.
other than that, the tavern is as usual. It's pretty quiet. Well, except of course for Mio, who is singing a new ballad.
What's it about?
who's it about?
It sounds like it's about you guys, but names are dropped and replaced with some more famous hero names. But the actions of said heroes and failings, more
Minions
importantly,
have spawned.
sound a little too familiar.
That's fucked up.
I don't know what failings you're talking about.
We've never made any mistake.
So, but to rejoin us in the actual world, you guys went and helped the Veils take both their leader, the captives, the cult leader, and at least what remained of that crystal back to the town of Glenwade, which, as I said, was only a couple hours away. So you arrive just as the sun starts peeking above the horizon. You're all exhausted.
Oh no, a level of exhaustion.
I am actually going to make you roll for it. Go ahead and roll con saves.
Alright,
Because you guys
sure.
have been up all night.
That is fair. Watch what I do here, though. Oh, actually, it's still Yeko. Oh my god, I actually saved.
I'm assuming that's all of us.
Yeah. Unless one of you was sleeping during all that combat, but
I
don't
mean, you
remember
could
that.
argue.
Oh.
I was.
I can just say yes, and then I don't get exhaustion.
No, if you say yes, you immediately get exhaustion because you basically
You
declined to roll.
lied to the DM.
Ah, look
If
at
you say
stupid-
yes, you don't get
Alright.
exhaustion, but you do
look at
get death.
stupid Mo.
So yeah, Mo, you're the only one who gets exhausted. The others are still doing pretty well.
Killing goblins just made me more energetic. It's been a good night.
Yep. So you guys pull back into the city, are basically told to come later to get your payments, and then are led to wander around, and you all stumble more or less into the tavern known as the Big Hound Pub.
Big Hound. Is there a Big Hound here?
Name.
I mean, it's got the name on the sign, but there are no dogs inside.
Oh, that's fucked
I
up.
can't believe
False
I've been lied to
advertisement.
like this.
What's the atmosphere?
Pretty subdued because it's like 7 in the morning, so it's basically just
Party
one like hill dwarf who's
Yeah, I'll do it.
like either early drinking or late drinking. It's hard to tell because he's entirely sloshed.
And of course, in the corner. there's
He's
Wolfgang
entirely
Fist.
sloshed. That means it's late drinking.
Yeah,
Early
mean,
drinking.
it's a-
if he's
it's a
sloshed
dwarf.
at this point,
They're
he would have
always
had to. Yeah.
come on. So, I'm guessing, are you guys all like getting a room to rest, or are you just gonna kind of deal with it?
I mean,
I want to room
I don't have-
rest.
I don't have exhaustion, so I mean, she's tired, sure, but I'm not gonna fuck up my sleep schedule for this.
Yeah, no, that's fair actually.
I've handled this before. I can do it again.
So,
I
Could be
will.
more goblins to kill. What am I supposed to do? Sleep?
Well, technically, we haven't actually committed ourselves to be a party yet.
You guys want to work together?
yep. Other than the
Well, that
dwarf,
seems
there is,
quite
by the way,
unfair, but
only
sure.
one other person standing behind the bar.
Yeah.
Well,
Guards, the bars.
teetering on the bar. He's a halfling.
I've had very few good experiences with halflings. I'm gonna be honest. Listen, they like to be called short people.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Little
So.
people.
Smallings.
Humanlings.
Baby
Manlings?
humans.
They're manlings.
So, other than a quick look of derision from him towards Yumo, he just kind of waits for you guys to come up to the bar for a key or for a drink.
They serve food here?
I mean, it's a pub, so
Yeah, I woke up.
there is a door into the back, along with, of course, a small staircase up.
I will go to the barn. Are you serving breakfast?
We are indeed. What you having?
Eggs?
We got eggs. Anything else?
Orange juice? You have orange juice?
Don't think so.
Mm.
I haven't seen an orange ever. What is an orange?
All right, so an orange. It's a citrus fruit.
Yeah.
It's about
By the way,
this
just as a
size.
note, oranges and coffee beans and that sort of stuff are in the new world. They're not in the old world.
Yeah, I'm then going to go through the process of describing an orange. So
They're also,
you
by
know,
the way, not in the north either, which is where halflings are from.
about yay large. It's kind of like an apple, but it's like citrusy.
What the heck is citrusy?
I've
All
never
right,
heard
so-
that word in my life.
Wait. Lemons. That's citrusy, right?
Yeah, it's like that, but not as sour, more like sweet.
Mm.
The
Sounds
citrus
like a
is
good
more like a
thing
tang.
Throw in a brew. Might have to find some.
I don't think I've had an orange brew. I had orange chocolate. That was alright.
Yeah, orange beers do exist in real life, but
I haven't heard of it in real life either.
Really?
It turns out, as someone who can't drink and has no plans to drink, I don't know much about drinks.
I have plans to drink tomorrow night. Whether or
Yeah?
not I'll keep them, I don't know.
I'm going to find out.
mhm.
Start
So-
drinking tonight.
yeah.
Not a good idea.
But yeah, eggs. He gets you at least something vaguely similar to orange juice, as in it's a sweet. It's basically like a tea.
It's a milk with a lemon twist.
Nah, it's effectively
You're so cursed.
yeah, it's effectively a cup of tea with a little bit of lemon in it. It's
That's orange, I
something
guess.
at least leaning into orange
Just-
somewhere.
Just give me
along
like a
its
lemon
history.
water. Just give me water with a twist of lemon.
All right, yeah, he'll give you that. I mean, do you want anything other than just a plate of eggs? Like they can give you some bread or
Yeah, like some
potato
toast.
or
Egg and potato. Yes. I don't know why I'm making fun of that. That's like entirely a thing.
yeah, that it's actually a pretty common.
Yeah, no, I know it's super common. Just the way you said, I'm like, or a potato.
Not cooked.
I'm just thinking of what he could
Just
give
put
you.
it on the
Just
plate.
a raw potato, just eat it like an apple.
No, they'd cook it, of course.
Yeah,
Wow.
like egg, water, breakfast.
All right.
Breakfast, toast.
Breakfast.
Egg, water, breakfast.
So he
Second
holds up a hand with all of his fingers splayed out. That'll be 5 copper for most of it, and then he holds up 1 finger and a silver for the lemon.
Do you break gold? Do you break gold?
We're a pub, of course we break gold. Adventurers are our bread and butter, as it were.
Alright, so that puts me at that. I will hand
Yep.
over a single gold piece.
All right. Yep. He goes and he drops it with a clink into his bin and ruffles around in there for a while, and then pulls out I think, 9 silver and a
8 silver, 5 copper.
Alright, yep. So, yep, 8 silver and 5 copper, and sets them on the counter. He does set them down, like, visibly, so they're like 2 little stacks of 4 and then a
Yeah.
little stack of 5, so easily countable.
And yeah, not everyone knows how to count beyond their fingers. Especially in terms of adventurers, not usually the most well-learned of folk.
Yeah, that's why I kept it below finger numbers. So,
Yeah.
I'll go up after.
alright. And what will you have, lass?
Do you have any sort of breakfast, like soups?
If you count gruel as soup, yeah.
Close enough. I'll have that.
Grits.
And
He
water.
holds up 2 fingers. He doesn't even add anything for the water. 2 copper.
I will hand over a gold.
If you want something sweet, I can throw some berries in there. He holds up a 3rd finger. It'll add a copper, but at least it'll be sweeter than normal gruel.
That sounds lovely.
Alright, yep. So he hands you back your change. Once again, making it very obvious what you have.
Man, only having gruel. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
I prefer dinner.
And what about Mo and our vanguard?
Surprise me.
Do you have
Well-
meat?
He just kind of gives you another look that is definitely not friendly. We do. And how much of a surprise are you expecting? How much you paying?
Whatever this gets me, and I hand him a gold.
You
He
want
pulls
to
out a
use the
full
entire
watermelon from
gold?
the back.
Worst case scenario, I'll have leftovers.
All right. And how much of meat are you talking? And any preferences?
You have chicken.
He does, by the way, add something extra to the end of that, but I'm guessing none of you speak halfling, so.
I don't speak halfling.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Yeah, no.
So,
It was probably a racial slur. It's fine.
yep, he slides the gold piece back into the thing. And yeah, he holds up 2 fingers. 2 silver.
I will give him inventory. Currency.
Your entire
a,
inventory?
a gold. I will give him a gold.
All right. He goes and just stacks all 8 pieces in the same pile.
Okay.
Are you going to bother counting it, by the way? I'm
Sure.
just saying because he's doing something different than the other people. So
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
I'll
not
count
sure.
it.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure I'm
immediately
pretty good at
forgets.
counting.
Yep. There is a missing coin on the top. There's only 7 in that pile.
You're
I'll
fucking
divide it
racist.
into piles of 5 and 2.
Oh, my apologies. And then he goes, takes a coin and sets it on the pile of 2.
Okay, insight that. It just
What are you trying to
that's
insight?
just whether or not he did it on purpose.
Yeah, go ahead. You can roll it.
He was bad at counting.
No, it was just an honest mistake this time.
Hmm.
So, yep, he hops off his stool since it's only you guys and the dwarf, and walks through the door in the back, and you hear the sounds of rapid fire, whatever language he spoke in before, and the sounds of pots and pans banging around.
I will take a seat at a table and wait.
The tavern room is actually very spacious. It has enough tables to hold like a good number of people anyway. Like you guys could all split up to your own tables and there'd still be a couple more left. But after he most likely gives your orders, he walks back out and then waves down Johnny and sets he sets down a bottle and a jug. Which one do you want?
I close my eyes and flip a coin. If I roll a 1, jug. 2, bottle. Bottle.
Why would you close your eyes and then flip a coin?
I was gonna say that, but I don't try to question this dude.
The coin comes up tails.
I was gonna say close my eyes and point, but then I realized I knew where they were.
And,
By the
That's
way,
fair.
what kind of money do you guys have? Because the nations are all have their own currency. They all, of course, are equally traded, but
I
do you have
don't.
money from your homelands, or
I probably
guess
have like a.
I'm gonna say other
small
than
amount.
Mo. Mo, I think, has his own. Or
I mean,
sorry, Mo, you have Thulcian gold, definitely.
what is the most? What would be the most like common? Because I'm a
Depends
wanderer. So.
entirely what you're on, where you are, but in the old world, Thulcian gold is the most trusted.
Then I'd probably have that stuff.
How much did we just get paid?
Mostly Falchion with a mix of Arathi.
So far, 0. They told
Yeah,
you to come back
yeah.
later.
Shit.
But apparently, you're being paid at least 50 gold.
Yeah, it'd probably be like for me. It'd probably be like half and half at this
Okay.
point.
Because the coins do look a little bit different from each other, such as Arathian coins are, they look like, I'm trying to think. They look more like a rhombus rather than like a circular coin. The Thulcian coins are more similar. They're just normal kind of circular coins. Catharsist coins are like these weird triangle-looking things. At least for gold pieces, I mean. What did the colony coins look like? More similar to Thulcian coins or more similar to Arathian coins? Or did they break off their own thing?
It'd probably just be like fairly standard coins, and they'd probably have like an inscription on them, like probably a star or something like that.
So yeah,
So
they're more
that would be
similar
very
to Thulcian
easy
coins.
to tell if someone's like been fucking with it. It's like,
Yep.
this star is has a carving through the middle of it. I don't think that's normal.
By the way, the Arathians actually do have like a 2 gold coin as well, but they're fairly rare outside of Arathia. Because basically everyone else looks at you and goes, no, we're not taking those. But,
That's fucked up, man.
so, you grab the bottle, and he takes the jug and puts it back behind him.
Absolutely.
So, it's a bottle. It's not a terribly great whiskey, but it's, middling, maybe low or middling quality.
I knew this place was trash from the moment I walked in. That's my internal monologue. Exterior monologue. My thanks, barkeep. This is fantastic.
So,
Casual investigate to search his interior monologue.
no.
Make a perception check.
Not unless you have detect thoughts.
I have a gun.
You can see me kind of retch, maybe, if you look at my throat.
Yeah.
It
So-
tastes wonderful.
The bottle has just kind of like a piece of parchment that someone effectively like attached to it with a bit of resin. And handwritten on it, it's Halfling Brew number 3. About 15 minutes later, a woman kind of shuffles out carrying a small tray with a bunch of food on it and wanders over to your table. She just kind of sets the tray down in general, like kind of at the edge, and then pushes it to the middle of the table. Have a nice meal. Then turns around and walks back in. Yeah. She's a human, by the way, not a halfling.
Oh, Nick
Call your
is
food.
disgusting.
Disgusting.
How does the gruel taste?
Like gruel.
Yeah, just about. The
Turns
berries
out
are pretty
gruel's
good.
the same no matter where you are.
I mean, it is kind of like early-ish spring, so there are still some berries that are starting to come out. So I don't know any berries like at the beginning of spring, but they're a little bit, yeah, they're a little bit tangy and a little bit sour since they're kind of early, but I mean, they're still good in comparison to the very, very boring and tasteless gruel. Yeah.
Hey, it's filling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Otherwise, the eggs are good. The meat apparently is some form of pork that they've like sliced really thinly and fried. Effectively, they gave you a plate of bacon, Theo. And Lumpy, they actually gave you a effectively lunch-sized meal. So you have like a couple of legs of chicken, some potatoes, fine like chopped up and fried in some sort of oil. A couple of little apples and whatnot.
Okay.
Goal gets you pretty far, so. Yep. So, you guys eat? Do you converse at all, or just kind of quietly
I mean,
eat after your encounter?
just eating here.
Yep.
Mo has nothing to say.
Mm.
Sorry, Theo has nothing to say.
Mo is also tired, so.
Yeah.
Oyeko will occasionally throw glances at both Johnny and Mo.
So, a lot of glowing green stuff. Eh?
Big bite. Lots of chewing on gruel.
Mo's confused by that statement.
At some point during your guys' meal, the dwarf yells something at the bartender in well, basically, only Geve can understand him. And he says, "Hey, bartender, let me try number 1 again. I need to try it." All right. So, it's a pretty quiet meal. it
Does the
sounds like.
bartender give him number 1?
Yeah.
That's good. I was could have been injustice.
So, yep. After, I don't know. I don't know how fast you guys eat, but after a while,
Decently quickly.
breakfast is over. So, what are you guys doing with the rest of your day?
Unless we have an assignment.
I mean, you have to go get your pay, but it sounds like you can come late. Well, you have to come later. So. You got a little bit of time to kill.
I'm killing time sleeping.
Yeah. When you go up to get a room, Oyeka will nod kind of like approvingly.
Yeah, get a room.
I mean, I'm assuming that it's pretty apparent that he's fucking exhausted.
Yeah, he's pretty tired.
Let's take away that 1 gold and get my 8 silver.
Mm-hmm.
And then how much does a room cost?
5 copper per night.
5 copper. So take away that 1 silver and grab that 5 copper.
Johnny.
I'm not full of food.
What did you sacrifice for your magic?
Oh, nothing much. Nothing I...
She'll narrow her eyes as soon as you say nothing much.
it's a bit difficult to describe. Well, you see, I decided early on that I wanted to be a hero. So I sacrificed the ability to make choices I would feel bad about. Now I don't feel bad about anything I do.
Why would you do that to yourself?
Look at me, I'm amazing. Why wouldn't I?
Are you
Yeah,
truly
you
amazing?
can't make him feel bad about his decision.
Or do you just think you do?
What's the difference?
Massive.
Not at all.
Oh, God. Oh. That is extremely depressing.
On the contrary, it's amazing. You should do it too.
Turns out I get one
No.
night a fucking week where my parents start screaming at each other for no
Never.
fucking reason. It wasn't tonight.
Never. You seem pretty shifty around the whole magic thing. Why is that?
I think it's stupid. I think people should be perfectly fine fighting things without it, surviving without it. Sacrifices aren't worth it. Anyone who thinks they are foolish, in my opinion.
I could have let you bleed to death.
Oh yeah, actually about that. In the future, if I am on the ground, don't use magic on me, please.
You'd prefer to die?
I don't like relying on it.
So you
It's
would
my-
prefer to die?
If it's my time to die, it's my time to die.
That seems short-sighted.
Maybe. But I'm willing to die for my principles.
You're missing out.
And you're missing the big picture.
No, I'm not. That's impossible.
Guess if you really did sacrifice that, there's no point in me trying to argue sense into you.
And even if you were, it's not like he can take it back.
I know.
What's done has been done.
Why should I feel bad about it? I feel amazing. I've never felt better. I don't do anything wrong. It's perfect.
Did you say you don't do anything wrong?
Absolutely. Every decision I make is the best. Never feel bad. I never wish I did something else. I just do things and it works out.
It is
Are you?
distressing.
Is that? Is this a joke? You've never made a choice that you don't agree with after the fact?
Sacrifice.
No.
Said he sacrificed. What can you put it on the?
The ability to feel bad about anything I do. It's always correct.
That?
I haven't felt bad since.
But absolutely, magic is a good thing worth sacrificing for.
And I gained the ability to save your life. You're welcome.
Narrows her eyes more at you.
It would be selfish to not sacrifice myself for the sake of others. I made the heroic choice.
No, don't say things like that.
I made the heroic choice.
I almost went into magic once.
You're smart not to. If you didn't, you did.
Well, yeah, that's why I know how to use poultices, because I learned that instead.
Nice choice.
Well, not as flashy, shoving a bunch of herbs into someone's wounds, but, you know, didn't have to give anything up for it, so there's that.
That's why it was wise.
Huh. Just need some good eggs.
So what
Just
is
look at
that blasted thunder stick you use?
Oh, you not know about gunpowder?
I've never seen it before.
Alright. And I'm going to take out the rifle, unloaded, and set on the table, like off to the side. Be like, alright, so you take this gunpowder, and I'll like shake the powder horn, you know, keep it in here, and you put some in there. And the gunpowder is very flammable, and it burns really fast. So you put it in this small compartment, and you put a bullet down the barrel, so it's right next to it. And when it burns, it expands, and it shoots the bullet out.
That doesn't make any sense at all. When things burn, they get smaller.
Well, yeah, but it releases gases.
Releases. What is it? What's a gas? What is gases?
Oh, this is going to be a lot harder than I initially thought. All right, so you're breathing.
I grew
right
up on a
now, right?
farm.
So you're breathing right now, right?
Yeah.
All right. So you got three states of what things are. You got gas, which is usually invisible to the naked eye. You've got water, or not water, liquid. So stuff like water, acid, milk, stuff like that.
All right, like people.
No, people, parts of people, blood. Blood is one thing. And you've got a solid, and that's stuff like wood, steel, bone. And when you burn a solid, or even a liquid, it creates a bunch of gas. And that gas, when in an enclosed area, expands. Or it tries to expand. And that will force things apart. And that's the main principle behind the rifle. And I'm going to then take the rifle off the table.
The rifle, as you call it, does not expand.
No, all right. So I'm going to take out a bullet with the no gunpowder. I'm going to like push it into the barrel. And be like, all right. So see how this is disconnected, but it slides through the barrel, right?
It rolls.
Sure. So it isn't attached to the barrel, correct?
Correct.
So because the rest of this steel is all forged together, and it's steel and it's incredibly strong, the gunpowder, when it burns and expands, pushes the steel ball, or the lead ball in this case, the bullet, through the barrel. And that, since that's the only way for the gas to escape.
Can I just go around it?
So if I put you in a room and there's only one exit, and I like, God, do I have anything to sketch with? I don't think I do.
Paper? Yeah. But I don't know if you have any
No.
of that.
I super don't. I have books though, so I will take the books and I will like set them up on the table for like kind of like a small room. I'll be like, all right, so assume that these books will all fuse together somehow, right? All right, these books are all
The
attached.
one
from
big
here on.
book. One big book.
Yes, one big book in this shape. And I will
In a
take
circle.
No, it's like a room. There's an exit way. Kind of like an
Like a
alcove.
door. Like a door.
Like a room with no door. And I
A
will
room
take
with no door. A box.
yes, like a box. And
A
I will take
box.
a bullet and I will put it in like the center. I'll be like, all right, so what
And
way?
the box is all closed.
No, not all close. I literally have this on the table and I'm using it to try and demonstrate to you. As
This
a note.
is books.
Yeah, all right. So if I take this and I put it in here, what directions can it use to get out of here? What directions can it go?
Well, it could roll in any direction and any direction. It's in the middle.
Yes, but all right. So, but here's the thing, right? If it goes in any direction except for this one, or except for these ones, and I will like go towards the exit, then it will just hit a book and it will be trapped in there, right?
Right. But every time you shoot it, it goes out. It doesn't get trapped in there ever.
Correct. That's because it's all forced in the same direction, and I'm going to like enclose the books to where they're like right on the edge. Of course, I can't do that for the uppermost book. All right. So this is my rifle. Ignore the upper part. So I will like.
I'm having genuine trouble picturing what you're trying to describe right now.
All right.
The books are on the edge, except for the top one.
Well, no. All right. So, book.
Are you motioning with
Book.
your hands?
No, I'm currently writing on the. I'm using the draw tool.
Ah, it's under my character sheet. All right. How
Book,
do you get those
and
books
then there's
that
like
long?
a book on top of it. No, I'm showing you how the books are positioned like on the table.
Okay.
All right, and then there's a ball right here. So
All right.
if you want the ball to exit, the only direction it can go is this way, right?
You know, this is like a thin bowl. Tall, thin bowl.
There's no. Okay. Christ.
Can you drink out of your rifle?
I suppose. And then there's another book on top there. So the only part where there isn't is right there.
So there's
is-
like a big slot there.
Yeah.
All right.
So if I want the bullet to leave, the only direction it can travel
What bullet?
is that I put the bullet in the books. Well, actually, I already put the bullet in the books. I'm going to point at the bullet once again.
How do
The
you know
bullet.
it's in there?
You
Can't see in there. How do you know it's in there?
Because I loaded it.
But there could be anything in there. You can't
All right,
see
no.
in there.
I'm going to look desperately at Oyeko.
I'm going to take a big swig of water. And then shrug.
All right, so also I can see in there. There's an opening right here. I have dark vision.
It's your weapon, not mine. Don't ask for my
Alright.
help.
So bullet right here, right? It needs to go. It needs to exit out of this container. What is the only direction it can go? What is the only direction it can go?
Right.
Okay, yeah. The only way it can go is this way, right?
I guess. But if something in there is in the way, then it would stop it.
Correct, but there isn't anything in the way.
How do you know that if you can't see in there?
Because I put it in there, and I regularly check my gun so there's nothing in the way.
You look right down into it?
I mean, not when it's loaded. I
Then how
usually
do you-
use a cleaning rod.
If you can't see it, how do you know it's there?
Do you not have object permanence?
What is object permanence?
Okay, so I'm going to take the bullet. Well, I'm going to take a bullet. I'm going to say, all right, you see this bullet? And I'm then going to put it under the table.
Oh, right.
Where's the bullet?
What bullet?
I'm just going to look worriedly at Oyeko.
There's no way you're being serious.
You've shown me like 2 or 3.
I'm all right. The bullet that's in my hand. Where is it?
It's
And
in your
don't say in
hand.
my hand. No. Where is it aside from in my hand?
At the end of your arm.
That's where my hand is.
Oh
Where is
my
the bullet in relation to this room?
In it. I think.
All right. I'm just going to deconstruct this mini thing that I have and put all this shit away. So, okay. I'll explain to you when you're older.
He thought I didn't understand. What a jest.
Now explain me what I just explained to you.
You put it in the groove, and then if there's a
I-
big enough push, it shoots out. And you
More
get
or
the
less,
push by
except you need more
burning
than a groove.
the powder there.
All right.
Because it's very hot, and hot air goes up.
Well, now you're getting to territory I haven't explained, but sure, I guess.
Right, because
It's
if
not
it's cold
incorrect.
outside, your hot breath mists and goes up.
I mean, yes.
So it's all hot in there.
Yes.
And the hotness pushes up on the bullet.
Then how could I shoot down?
I don't think I've ever seen you do that. Wouldn't it slide out?
I've been shooting at a lot of goblins recently, and they're not at eye level.
How doesn't this bullet just slide out?
Because it's a very tight fit.
Okay. I'll take your word for it.
I'm just going to put the bullet in, put it like deeper in than usual. Not deeper in than like when I just put it at the very end.
Deeper into the
Yeah,
barrel
deeper
than
in. I shove
usual.
it through the no, put it like midway down the barrel, and I'll just hold it upside down. It doesn't fall out. You know, there you go.
Does it not fall out?
I mean, it wouldn't. No.
It totally falls out. It's just like, oh fuck. Usually works. It's like the Dairy Queen trick.
I have to turn it upside down and very quickly turn it back right side up.
He's like in a tree trying to line up a shot, and the bullet just rolls out the end and falls.
Christ, that'd be funny.
Yep. The dwarf, by the way, is paying attention to your conversation, but he's also very drunk, so.
Oh, the fuck's a rifle?
I thought it was a verb.
Is that a new beer?
I thought rifle was a verb.
At some point, like,
can
after
be.
your guys' little conversation, probably like a good 30 seconds, like there's a delay, he goes, "Hey, that sounds a little bit like what we got." In Dwarvish. As apparently that is the only language he knows at this point in time.
Well, the good news is I know it.
I
Yep.
know.
And because I know Dwarvish, I can automatically speak drunk Dwarvish, because that's the main requirement for learning Dwarvish.
True.
They say if you're not drunk, your accent is tough to understand.
Yeah. I assume that you're referring to the muskets that you have.
He just
Say that
waved
to
his
the-
hand. Nah, not those ones. That's Stalshin stuff. I mean
Ah.
our stuff.
Ah, you're from the colony as well.
Nah. Further.
You're in the colony.
I'm from Kunzdar.
I don't know where that is.
It's on in the New World, but
Okay.
on basically the other side of Jagalia, so you would have never seen it or heard of it
Alright.
for the most part. You might have heard whispers of it, but they're isolationists, so they don't generally come out.
You guys have rifles as well?
Kinda.
Kind of.
We got bigger versions. He just kind of holds out his hands.
Oh, like,
Like-
cannons?
Yeah, about the size of a plate. Yeah.
Hmm.
They're great. Make big holes in the green tide.
Ah. I like them already.
Where are you lot from? He does continue speaking in Dwarvish, so for the other two, you have no idea what this freaking drunken idiot is doing.
Colony? And I will turn to the other two, and then upon recognizing that they are probably just like, what the fuck? Go, where are you two from?
I grew up with a bunch of nomads, and I just tend to wander.
Alright, I will point and say nomad. Johnny, where are you from?
I'm a Rathian. I grew up on a farm.
Arathian.
He just kind of nods in what you guys might assume to be a greeting, since he like tries to do a light bow and then smacks his forehead against the table. Though it
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
actually
a
have any
common form of
negative.
greeting. I get it.
Because I mean, he's still sitting down. He's just talking to you from a couple tables over. But yeah, he just kind of looks at you guys. It's a neat trick, those metal rods you got.
I would call it a neat trick. I'd call it, necessary for survival, but I suppose to each their own.
I guess, yeah. I'm gonna go get more tastes. But
Enjoy
tasted
that.
his brews all night is great. What time is it?
I will make an approximate guess of, I don't know, probably like 7, 8, right?
Yeah, at this point it's probably closer to like 8.
Yeah, like 8, 7:50 maybe.
Yeah. Just goes and stares at the line of light coming in from under the door. Almost time to go to work. Great.
What do you do?
Just a few more.
What do you do?
I don't remember. Ask me in a few more hours. I've not had a few more drinks.
And I look very worried when I hear I don't remember.
Yeah. So he
We're
gets up,
back.
stumbles over to the
Back.
bar, and
Wait, I'm
starts
gonna grab a
trying
drink.
to
I'll be
chat
right
up to
back.
trying to talk with the bartender in halting common. So, what are you guys doing? Just continuing just chat, or head out to go look around? Because you guys didn't spend a heck of a lot of time in Glenwald while you were here, Glenwade.
Yeah, what are some notable things in the town?
I mean, as I said, you don't really know. There's a fort built in the center. They do have walls, though they're mostly wooden walls with like towers kind of set about around the corners, and of course the gatehouse that are made out of stone. It's mostly residential. There is a small military camp kind of around and near the fort. There's some, there's a market. There's a few
In a momentary calm,
few
blades are
few
sworn
shops that
together,
you've kind of seen while you're wandering around. Of course, a pair of
vowing
inns.
to bring about the restoration of peace and order.
What kind of
It's
shops?
pretty- Yeah, Glenwald is a.
The
not
year
Glenwald,
is
Glenwade
190,
is a
and the Han
small
Empire
town.
falters
No more than
on
like
the
1,000
brink of
people live here,
destruction.
not including travelers. So, it is a small
Brought
town on the
low by
border.
corrupt eunuchs
Shops
and
that
strong-armed
you've
by the
seen, they have a general
despot
store, of
Don
course.
Juan.
They have a smithy, though it's unknown, of course, if that smithy actually like crafts weapons and that sort of stuff. They might just deal in more usual things for normal people. I mean, do you want to go take a walk around?
fires
Those are
of
the two
war
that are like
erupt
really obvious because
across
they're
a once
right nearby in
peaceful
the
realm.
town market square.
Yeah, I'll take a look around, see if there's anything interesting.
In the
Alright.
growing chaos,
Unsurprisingly, I'm sure
Rebellion
you won't find any
rise.
magic shops.
and the Emperor's voice
Wow.
Don't worry,
drowned out
wasn't
by
looking
the
for 'em.
tyrant's
Yeah,
roar.
I just mean those shops literally don't
The
exist, pretty
land
much.
You don't find any magic shops. Fucking better not.
Yet though they band together
Look
against
around.
a common foe, such
I mean,
a
what do you
fragile
want? What are you looking
alliance
for?
cannot hold.
I'm just looking for anything
forever.
that seems interesting, like any specialty shops in particular.
I'm just following them around because I got nothing better to do at this point.
Alright.
And I think if I have to continue explaining anything to Johnny Vanguard, I'll shoot myself.
I mean, it's built kind of nearish the market. They're not on the same street, but they're, you know, 2 to 5 minutes away. You find an apothecary and a pastry shop built right next to each other, which are a little odd.
The pastries poison you, and the apothecary sells the antidote. It's a great
Right,
business
we're back for
model.
real.
It's very
I'll
possible.
head into the apothecary.
All right. So the apothecary has it does have a sign out front, kind of set up in a similar way to like it's a wooden sign hanging on a metal hook, like a bar.
War is as a
And
great
it looks like a
river,
very badly drawn
not
vial
contained,
with like
and so
kind of
spreads
bubbles
as
and some green
multiplies.
liquid drawn on the
Many
inside.
fronts you now
And I mean,
control.
badly drawn is in the vial rather than being its
Overwhelmed by
usual,
multiple
like, you
conflicts,
know, kind of a
and
nice
strive
semicircle
towards
with
total
a
victory
flat top
as soon as
at the
possible.
beginning or at the top is kind of like foggy, like someone like scribbled at the bottom a little bit or something.
Huh.
And inside is an elf, a wood elf in this case.
Sort of wave.
The shop itself, by the way, it's a stone building with what looks like a straw roof.
Mhm.
So, yep. As you walk in, the shop owner does kind of like
Your
they pay
armies take
attention to you
different
and give you a
stances for
nod, but
different purposes.
they don't
Forced
immediately
marches will
like
quicken an army's
introduce
ranks,
themselves or anything.
I don't
and
need
a
to drop
fortified
everything.
stance will
I'm
put
not
them
gonna
in a defensive
Even
position.
go out to gather herbs today. I'm just gonna steal them all from here.
I'll kind of poke around. Is it just mostly just loose herbs, or are there concoctions there?
Oh no, there are definitely concoctions floating around.
What kind of stuff we looking at?
For the most part, it's pretty boring stuff. It is mostly herbs, though it seems like this guy actually deals more in the. Trying to think. I guess not both, mostly the material needs for other apothecaries, but he does have a very small shelf set aside with a handful of like small, not potions, small vials with liquid inside of them.
Are they? I'm assuming they're marked.
Yeah, they are. A couple of them are marked with an AT, and a couple of them are marked with just a simple A, but it's pretty obvious from just looking at it that the A is acid.
And the AT is hard to tell from looking at it.
I mean, it's kind of a clearish vial with a slight green tinge to it.
Stands for anti-tank.
Oh, you're right. Here I was thinking it stood for altitude. I'll sort of.
Yeah, next to that, by the way, there is a like on a table. There's a couple of sets of. They're like these little. They're like box with like a strap over the top of them, that have the little sign kind of drawn in front of them with the parchment that's someone like stuck a tack through effectively, or I guess not a tack, a small nail. It says Brewer's Supplies, need sold. I didn't misspeak. That's literally what's written there.
Well, I don't need brewer supplies. I'll sort of say over to the shopkeep,
What does
As your empire
AT
grows,
stand for?
administration
It
costs
stands
rise
for
as
antitoxin.
its bureaucracy
Are you in need of
becomes
it?
more
He just kind of
complex.
looks you up and down.
Seek to improve
Doesn't
I
look
mean,
like it.
government buildings
I
to
don't think
reduce
so
some
right
of the
now, but it seems like a useful thing to have.
It is good preventative, especially if you're wandering out and dealing with any spiders or snakes or anything of that nature.
Does it handle most toxins, or is it just for a
Indeed.
specific one?
It is an all-in-one brew. A
Oh.
nice thing.
A
Gives your
person's
body a little
destiny
extra
is
resistance
revealed
after you
by
drink.
the
Well, before, I suppose, you are affected. No magic.
much-
He kind of looks at you, like shifty-eyed. I promise. Just has
Shifty
all of the basic toxins in there.
Oyako will sort of smile. Good.
He
I'm
smiles back.
not looking for magic. How much are they?
They are. Just kind of stares across the counter at it. 49 gold pieces.
49.
That's a steal. Pretty sure they're normally 50.
Well,
Indeed, they are normally 50.
useful to have them, I suppose. I'll take one.
All right. He just kind of motions for you to grab one of the vials and bring it up.
Yeah, I grab one.
So, it goes and pulls out a small box of what sounds like a few coins and just kind of sets it on his side of the counter. All right.
I'll get out 49 gold.
All right. Yep. He goes and does painstakingly count it, which, of course, takes a little while, but
No
Yep.
rush.
But after a minute or two, he's able to figure out how many coins and goes and takes them and puts them into the box. Just kind of pushes the vial a little closer to you.
I will pick it up and put it away.
Does your friend need anything?
I'm fine. Thank you for offering. I'm just looking. I'm more or less just comparing what they have with what I would picked on the way back.
There are no prices, by the way, written on anything. In addition to the other things you can see,
No two battles
Yeah.
are the same.
he does, of course, have a couple of sets of healer kits just kind of set aside in a small pile, marked with a little note in Elven. He also has a footlocker that's kind of like at the corner of the shop nearest to his counter that is marked with for specialist only.
I'm going to read the Elven note just for your sake.
All right. Yeah, it says healer's kit. Please sell for slightly below extra cost.
I'm going to ask what slightly below extra cost means.
Oh, is that what it says? It's just slightly below the usual cost for most shops. 4 gold and 9 silver, of course.
Slightly really is the proper word, huh?
Yep.
How many times do you use the healer kit? A lot,
10
right?
times, I believe.
10 times. Yeah, that's probably not a terrible idea to get one, actually. Yeah, I'll grab one. And I'm also going to ask about the specialist only thing.
Well, of course, they're for a specialist only. Are you a specialist?
Sure.
All right.
I
and a
work with
specialist
herbs very
in
often.
What exactly? He goes and he pulls out a small piece of parchment and a quill.
I'm going to inform them that specialist in healing herbs.
Betraying
Specifically
your
Ah.
oaths and
poultices.
breaking promises
I see.
will affect
He
how
just
all
pushes
other
the
factions view you.
things back under the counter. Unfortunately, you're not a specialist of the kind I'm looking for.
What kind are you looking for?
Unfortunately, I'm not at liberty to tell you.
Hmm.
The number of
Probably
buildings
poison,
you can
then.
construct in a settlement
He
is
just kind of
dependent
looks at
on
you.
its size.
Why would it be poison?
Expand your command
I'm not
capitals
apothecary.
to make room for additional.
Did you say he's not an apothecary?
No, I am an apothecary, is what he
Okay,
said.
it's super sounded like, at least to me. Okay, and I'm saying it's not poison.
Yeah, you can go ahead. Yeah, no, it's definitely poison.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
not
no.
all it is for certain, but it's definitely got something to do with it.
Oh, I'm not an apothecary. I don't sell poison. Yeah, because poison definitely can't be herbal in nature.
Are you just saying that to him?
Yes.
He looks affronted. Well, I can't just go around giving everyone a poison. It doesn't work that way.
Mm. So it is poison then.
Well, of course. But as I said, you're not a specialist, so I can't sell you them.
I was not really having need of poison, if I'm honest. So
That, and I rather doubt that you have the gold on hand to buy a kit.
you know what? No, I'm not gonna get suckered into this. You're probably right. And I will turn to leave.
All right.
Yeah, I'll also head out, but I will thank him for
Yep.
this time.
And goes and waits after you guys. So, yeah, you're back outside. What about Johnny? What are you doing?
God, he's dead.
He
Oh
is
my
not
God,
regretting his
Lumpy is
decisions, that's
Lumpy
for
is
sure.
dead.
Oh no.
Explaining how the gun worked killed him.
Well, it wasn't
You
that.
look
it was
over
the
to
fact that I
Johnny,
shot
and
him after 'cause
he's
he
got a
was-
whole bunch of forks and knives, and he's like trying to like
As you
put him
have
in
to
a
consider your
stand him
alliance
up in like a
members'
cylinder,
wishes.
and he drops a potato in the middle, and they all fall over.
It's probably how they left you, still trying to grasp how the gun works.
He's in the bar until nightfall, and
What a hero!
People will
So,
never
how long
forget
are
I've
you guys
decided
waiting?
to learn.
Yeah, how long are you guys waiting until later? Because they literally didn't give you a time for later.
I wait until like noon.
All right. What else are you
that's what I
guys
was gonna
doing for
say,
the rest
too.
of the day? Because you have a little bit of time before noon.
The fucking what was the other place?
The other weird place? There's a pastry shop. There's
Yeah, pastry
also
shop.
a general store and a smithy center. of
Pastry
town.
shop.
All right.
I want me some fucking.
I mean, it's
Pound
literally
cake.
right next door. So you walk outside and can turn into the pastry shop, which has written out in a nice text. It's just in normal common. The Cheery Bake Shop.
The Cheery Bake Shop.
Yep, it looks fairly similar to the apothecary. It's just kind of a cruddy stone building with a thatched roof.
Go ahead.
So yeah, you go in, and an elf goes and also looks at you from the counter. She's looks like she's like putting these weird yellow fruits into a into something behind the counter. You can't actually see.
I will have followed her in, by the way.
All right. Yep.
May as well.
Yeah, the shop itself is pretty small, mostly because it's basically just the counter, and then of course the bakery part of it takes up the majority of the back. But there are a couple of small things, though it doesn't look like there's any sweet things, like kind of on their sales counter. It's basically just unleavened bread, a couple of biscuits, and some loaves that look like they've been there a little too long.
Generals wounded
Rip.
during battle or discovered.
I'll ask the shopkeeper if they sell any
I take what I need.
desserts.
A
Oh,
battle
of course we
is
do.
upon you.
Would you like one?
Consider the size and types of units.
What do you have available?
We have made ourselves
Oh, I
heard.
just have this lovely tart. She goes and kind of reaches under the counter, and you hear a couple of things getting like pushed around, a couple of wooden, like something or others bumping into each other, and she comes out with a small
They chose
wooden
her.
dish with a couple of star-shaped
They
little
resisted me and must be put
circle, well,
forever away.
star-shaped little tarts
They have
with some sort of black
As they
jelly
fight
on the
side
inside.
by side,
Star-shaped
your
circles.
general
Yes.
bonds will deepen as friends
Yes.
and
Oh, they're
rivals,
star-shaped little
reflecting their
tarts.
satisfaction in your service.
Sure. How much would one of those be?
watchful of their
How much would a
relationships
tart?
and their characteristics
And are those
as they develop.
blackberry tarts, presumably?
They are indeed. It's a little bit of honey and something known as toffee, if you've ever heard of it. It also has a little bit of lemon flavor.
Toffee's probably in the New World, right?
Yeah.
Probably comes from New World.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. How much would one of them be?
More loudly.
Would you like it with or without honey?
Let's go without.
All right. Without honey, I can sell you a tart for, let's say, silver.
Managing a
Silver,
commandery means ensuring
much
there
would
is
it be
enough
with honey?
income.
It'll be only a few more copper on top of that. We'll say, how about, she kind of thinks to herself for a moment, like she's just coming up with this on the spot. How about 4 extra copper for it?
Best I can do is 5 extra copper.
She looks confused for a moment and then smiles. All right, that sounds good.
I'm going to pay her 2 silver and 5 copper for one of each, and I will hand one to Oyeko. Specifically,
Oyeko is fishing
Too
with money
easy.
out, and she just goes,
Oh, thanks.
it's too easy.
So she just picks up one of the tarts and just hands it to you. It seems to be actually still a little bit warm. And for the other, she takes it, pulls out a small brown jar, sticks a wooden spoon in, and then dollops a big serving of honey on top of it. And then hands it over to you as well, Oyeko.
Thank you very much.
You start gathering honey rations.
how's it taste?
Yeah, is it good?
It's really good. Sweet. The toffee is a weird mix, especially since it's a little bit sour. But
Yeah, I'm not sure how toffee would go with blackberry because blackberry is already tart.
it's an intriguing flavor combination. Not bad, certainly. I mean, I don't know how much you guys have had different, tarts in your character's lifetime, but
Probably not many.
I mean, depends on how common they were.
eh,
And,
I mean, it's
like
not
them.
like they're impossible to find. If you have the extra cash, it's not hard to find them.
Yeah, I probably have a fairly wide number of sweets.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet tooth.
Yeah, I mean, it's not amazing. You've probably had better, but it's not bad.
Best I've had in this continent.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say just that.
This is quite good.
She smiles. Ah, thank you. Is there anything else?
Not that I could think of.
Okay, I think that'll last for like, I don't know, a day or so.
She just kind of goes and taps the counter with one of her hands. I mean, you can buy the bread. It's not amazing, but it does last.
I think like sweet cookie.
I don't have any cookies right now, unfortunately.
Then you are worthless to me.
Draws the
Yeah.
gun.
She thinks about it for a moment, kind of like looking at the bread, and then looking down below her counter. I have a couple of slices of walnut bread left. It lasts. Might be a little stale at this point, though.
How much would that be?
Since it's starting to go, I'll give it to you for 7 copper.
That sounds
Yeah.
perfect.
Sure. I'll go
Hey.
silver. Alright.
So, yeah, she goes and hands you 2 slices of the bread between you guys if you guys are both paying, which is what it sounded like. And she gives you your change back.
Yep.
And I mean, even though she said it's stale, it still smells good.
That's
Yeah,
all we can ask for.
Yeah, I'm effectively just gonna like wrap it and put it in my bag for right now.
Yeah, same.
It smells strongly of some sort of sweet thing. You guys would both actually probably know about vanilla, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dessert is one of the few things that brought me joy in this life.
You
That's
just-
still around to bring me joy.
Did you say that in character?
No, I do not.
I just looked at you very weird.
That would end with everyone in the room having a monk ass.
So, more time passes and noontime rolls around. So you guys are wandering the town.
I would have ran out to go try and gather some herbs and probably honey.
Yep.
By covered in bee stings. The operation was a success.
Yeah, the herbs are easy because there's farms and small forests all over the place. The honey is a little bit trickier. You do actually find a hive. It is not the least bit friendly when you go near it.
Alright, so this is when I hit him with the primeval awareness.
I would not have been assisting with this, by the way. Oyako would just be sort of walking around the town.
Actually, before I left, I would have done one very specific thing, which is I would have gotten sugar. Just like a bit of pure sugar, if I could get a hold of it.
You can't find any sugar, but you do find cocaine.
Ooh. Where
That'll
would you
work.
have looked for sugar?
General store, and if it wasn't available there, we'll have gone back to the pastry shop.
Okay. Yeah, the general store unfortunately doesn't have anything like that.
And you are worthless.
In fact, they
Go
I
to the
don't
general
believe-
store.
Yeah, no, they don't even have rations.
Jesus. You suck.
Yeah. They're unfortunately out. A couple of adventurer groups that come through and, well, bought everything.
Jesus.
Well, pastry shop, I guess, try and acquire some sugar.
Yep. So you walk back in. She seems happy to see you again. When you ask for sugar, she looks a little bit more downcast, though. Unfortunately, I don't have any sugar on hand. She just kind of holds up the small jar of honey. This is what I've been using for most of my sweetening.
Yeah, that checks out. Alright, well, thanks for the help anyway.
Of course.
Oh, I meant to ask, by the way, what was the name of that place, Mitchell?
The pastry shop?
Yeah.
I did say it.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I don't remember.
Cheery
what it was.
Bake Shop is what it's called.
Cheery Bake Shop, that is correct.
Yep.
I remember that.
By the way,
one.
the
It's-
only general store in town is called the Affable Hope. At least the only one you found so far.
Let's just go right down the Cheery Bake Shop.
time to go see if I can negotiate some honey out of some bees.
Yep. Yeah, you start communication and very quickly find out that they are not willing to share at this moment in time.
Negotiations were short.
Negotiations have failed, it would seem.
Yeah, between a mix of it's still early spring and, well, they've had some troubles with a couple of pests, they are not willing to
Clear
share.
out some pests.
I mean, the pests, unfortunately, are along the lines of other insects, so...
Well, shit.
Yeah.
I thought maybe
They're
like a
not-
bear you could go blow the head off of.
No, they're not in a bear or anything like that. They're apparently there's a hive of wasps nearby, and they're being pissy about things.
A hive of wasps, huh?
Mm.
Negotiate with the wasps.
Powder. Wasp nest. Hmm.
He aligns himself with the wasps. Charge!
Give us your honey or die.
I mean, I could try and talk to the wasps and get them to fuck off for a bit. How effective it will be is going to be very monk-esque, but let's go make an attempt, I guess.
I mean, can you sense beasts?
No, I can't.
Yeah, because the bees don't know where the wasps are.
I can determine, yeah, favorite enemies, and I can talk to beasts.
Yep.
Well,
Yep. Unfortunate.
I mean, if it's before noon, I'll keep doing it. I got time to fucking kill. But
Alright.
once it's noon, I'll go back to town.
Yeah, you wander that area of the woods, but like after a couple miles of trooping through, you don't find any wasp nest.
Oh, can't win them all.
Yeah.
Or can you?
Yep. You guys head back to town. Are you going to attempt to collect the other two?
I mean, I would head back to the inn a little before noon to go see if they're one, if Mo is awake, and two, if Johnny is still there.
I mean, yeah, Mo. It's only been about 5 hours, so Mo is still unfortunately sleeping. And Johnny is apparently caught up in some sort of construction effort.
Some sort of potato ritual.
Just see that.
Johnny,
It's
what
like
are
a
you
fucking
doing?
like a fucking house of cards, but instead of cards, it's like cutlery. And at the top, I try and like drop a potato through the middle. Fucking destroys it.
Johnny,
At
what
this
are
point in
you
the day, by
doing?
the
Damn it.
way,
This
since
happens
it's
every
around
time.
noon, the clientele has moved a little bit. The dwarf is gone. He left at some point during the morning.
The same
And-
breakfast is on the table, and it's been left out, and I'm eating it throughout the day.
It is very cold at this point. But there are a couple more people in the inn at this point. A couple of people just look like two of them are just basically town guards. There's a couple of them that are just kind of normal workers, just going about their day, having lunch or maybe an early drink. There is another adventuring party in here though at the moment. They're kind of shuffled off into the corner.
Population growth drives your economy.
Hmm.
So be
Well,
sure
no
to
reason to
maintain a
engage them.
steady growth.
So Lumpy's breakfast had apples in it, right?
Yeah, a pair of them.
Are either of those left?
I don't know. Lumpy, did you eat both apples? And by apples, I guess I'm talking more about like crab apples. They're not true
Oh,
apples.
okay.
Yeah. They're tiny sour things.
Never mind. Oh, Yucca doesn't need a tiny. She's gonna try to take one of the full apples because that sounded nice. Or we'll ask if he was done with it, pretty much.
Mm.
Well, anyway, Johnny, we're gonna go, or at least Gouvet and I are gonna go see if we can pick up our reward. You wanna come?
I could. Yeah. I'll leave this project here. Go tag along with you for a bit.
Project.
Barkeep, safeguard my instruments.
Are you gonna bring your
He just kind of waves at you.
lunch now, I guess, with you?
It'll keep.
Alright.
And then I will just sort of start to walk out.
All right. So, where would you guys go?
I mean,
Because
presumably.
they have the fort itself. They also have the camp. You guys, in particular, by the way, were hired at the camp.
The camp.
I would go wherever I was hired.
Okay. So
That seems to make the most sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
So yeah, you guys walk across the square and into the camp. There's of course a pair of soldiers kind of standing by the entrance, but they don't pay you guys any mind. Most likely because they recognize you.
What's Peppy?
So, yep, walk in, and there is a small board on kind of like off to the left. There's a couple of buildings that have been set aside as barracks or something along those lines, most likely. Some sort of kind of structure off, kind of a little behind the barracks that seems to be more heavily guarded. It's like 4 guys standing out front, as well as a kind of central building. So, unfortunately, you guys were hired like in the square, and other than like a couple of, not maneuvers. Trying to think of what it's called. A couple of squads like training, effectively. I can't remember exactly what it would be called, but there doesn't seem to be that same thing going on today.
I'll just ask a guard nearby.
Yeah.
Just go. Hey, where should we try to go get our reward?
Yep. The guard just kind of looks at you. Reward for what? You're with an adventuring group coming in after a bounty?
I mean, is that effectively what it was with bounty?
I mean, effectively, yeah.
Just nod.
He just jerks a thumb over at this building that only has like a single guard standing out front who looks like he's bored out of his freaking mind. That's the central building. That's where all the payments come through. Go ask the guard for what the job was called, and then you should be able to get the payment right there.
After you conquer a
Thank you very
settlement,
much.
you will
He
need time
nods
to win the
and
support of
just
the
kind of
local
goes back to
population
staring out at the
to
city.
ensure long-term
And I will
stability
head that
and
way.
growth.
All right.
Follow.
The guard notices you guys approaching at like 15 feet and attempts to get into some amount of decorum.
Don't
He
worry about it.
fails utterly, but like his helmet's a little bit tilted off and his spear isn't quite held in the regulation way, but I mean, he's at least standing upright, which is more than some can be called. What can I do for you?
We're here for the
I don't-
bounty
Yeah, I don't know what the
for
bounty
the-
was called.
fight last night against the goblins.
It's a goblin bounty. Remind me, which one was that? The one out by the river, out in the woods, or the one in the cave?
Well, it started in the woods and then went into the cave.
Started in the woods, went into. He just kind of scratches
Brought in
at
a
his
bunch of
helmet with
cultists.
the spear. Oh, right, the cultist one. Okay,
Yeah.
no, I know which one you're talking about. Come with me.
Follow.
He turns around and opens the door and walks into the building.
The cultist goblins, why didn't you say so earlier?
Yep. So the building is just a simple 1-story building with a couple of rooms off to either side, as well as one at the very end, and then there's a second one on the right. And he walks up to the one on the right, on the back right, knocks on the door, and then just kind of pushes his way in. I'm guessing you guys are following him in.
Of course.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No reason not to.
So, inside, you see a small desk, an older human who at least vaguely reminds you of a Vale, though he's not dressed up in like a military, the same uniform as the Vales do. But it's still a military uniform of some form. He's probably like trying to think, not a captain, someone who's probably controlling this place to some extent.
Yeah.
He just kind of nods, shuffles some of the parchment around on his desk. Ah, you're the ones that brought in that cult group, yeah?
Yep.
Nod.
He just kind of waves at the guard who came with you guys. He steps back out of the room. So, good job on that. Terrible news about Cook, but, well, what happens, happens.
Yeah,
So-
frown when he says cook.
He goes and looks at the three of you. Is this all? Your entire group?
We have one other, but he's
Exhausted.
indisposed.
Do you have something that could mark him? you know how it is. Groups come in, oh, we have a friend, he's resting, he's drunk, etc., etc. Can't just give gold out to nobody, sorry.
I don't think we have anything that marks him, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, yeah, shit.
I have painter's supplies.
I'm assuming you're asking if we have any of their like belongings or specifically like an identification, and not.
I mean,
Just
that would be
describe.
best, but if he's striking enough of an appearance, I might remember him anyway. What do they
Gaetal,
look like?
dog.
Dog. Oh, you mean the Barkling, yes?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, no, that one. There's not very many of those around. I remember that one. Yeah. All right. He goes and he leans down, and you hear a drawer open, and, well, a lot of coins jingling. He pulls out 4 bags, and then a 5th bag that he kind of sets back away from the 4. These 4, for you, 50 gold, as agreed. And then points at the 5th bag. This is an extra bonus. It has an additional 40 gold, so hopefully you can count for an additional 10 for each of you for the capture of that cultist.
Oh. Someone important?
Yeah. It's always good to have a leader captured.
Everyone's less important when they're swinging.
He goes and he pushes them across the desk to you guys.
I'll take my bag and I'll fish 10 out of the bonus bag.
Yep.
I will do the same, but I will also take Mo's bag and keep it notably separate from all of my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How much are in the individual bags?
50.
50 gold pieces.
All right.
We get 60 each.
Yes.
Cool.
It was a fine job. You don't happen to be sticking around? I might be able to rustle up a few more jobs for you. If you're
I have
interested,
no
of
particular
course.
plans to leave currently.
I would be fairly interested. It seems like you pay fairly.
Of course. Can't pay mercenaries just to do nothing. Especially here in Thaltis. We pay attention to you. Many, many things going on. Anything you're particularly interested in? He kind of shuffles some of the papers on the desk and stacks them up and sets them aside.
Well, I'm partial to hunting goblins.
Well, plenty of goblins around. I unfortunately don't have any specific reports quite yet. You'd have to wait a few days for me to get anything concrete.
I'm also partial to hunting people.
What would help the most people? That's what I'm partial to.
Same here.
What would help the most people? Well, I don't really have anything all that charitable right now. I'm sure that's not all that surprising, since, you know, we're a military organization.
Murder can be charity in a way. It can be killing people who are doing terrible things.
What she says is true.
I did not like that uncomfortable silence after saying that. Correct.
It's okay. I'm just listening.
The silent judgment.
Best kind.
And it's the usual kind.
Helping people, killing goblins, or people.
To be fair,
Well,
they have to be killing goblins or humans. They're just what I know most about killing.
If there's something that's been a particular problem for a lot of people, I'm very happy to try to take it on.
I'll agree with that.
Well, honestly, the goblins were kind of the major problem, at least for the town at the moment. So I don't have all that much. Just kind of shuffles through some papers. It's not very much at all. I mean, I have some basic monster hunting quests and whatnot to go and deal with slight problems, but They're mostly weaker creatures.
Quote this guy. We have some more jobs if you'd like. Now quote this guy. Well, we don't really have anything.
Well, he was more interested in seeing if you were interested rather than like he actually knew what was going on.
He's like, oh, you guys are interested. All right, let me just sit.
Yeah, that basically his problem.
I didn't expect to get this far.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested, I can look for some more jobs. Yeah, sure. Huh?
Not
Huh?
me. I expected to be
You
like,
say
this
yes?
place is a shithole. Get me out of here.
I mean, it is.
Pikachu face.
It's a little thing on the, on the border. So
This is a little bit barren, much like your mother.
I don't know if you know what that word means.
I do.
What does it mean? I don't.
A barren woman means that they can no longer have children because their
Good combo,
womb
Lumpy.
is barren.
That was funny.
Hit it with the 1-2 punch.
I don't think you know what that means. Yeah, I do. Oh, could you tell me?
See,
I'd
the
really
problem
love
is
to
I
learn.
will just actually explain it. I just
Ugh.
did.
Shit.
I'll do it again too.
Oh my gosh.
Spent 10 minutes explaining what a gun does. More specifically, how it does it.
well, I suppose he just kind of leans across the desk and just kind of pushes a few of the papers aside. Could you do me a favor in that case, if you're interested in both helping and perhaps killing things? There's no guarantee, unfortunately, of the second, but the first, definitely.
Depends on what the favor is. But you seem like a nice enough fellow, I suppose.
Well, let's just say I need to help a friend get out of Thaltis. Interested?
I'll raise an eyebrow.
Why does he need to get out?
Oh, well. He's, got a slight magical problem.
Eyes
Yes, I
narrowed.
think I'd be very interested with helping.
Ah!
I
That
will
sounds
slay
like it.
evildoers wherever they hide.
He does have a bit of a mean streak, a little bit of a gruff voice. He's a little bit pissed off right now. And I'm having to deal with some of his, well, underlings, well,
Vying for
trying to
power.
run up the freaking guard already.
Yeah. If you can point us where he is currently, I think, and especially where you'd like us to take him, I think we can help with this situation, given that, if this is a situation I believe it is, we're kind of connected to it. And partly at fault, and I will look at, fucking Vanguard.
You will live and be forgotten. Shut up and die. Run, at the ready.
Yeah, this is the one we're thinking about. I would be willing to help this time.
Wonderful. Well, we are, thankfully, in Glenwade, just right near the border, and just walking over it should at least sort out some of the issues. But he's bound and determined to wander off alone, and wandering off alone, as much as I'm not all that worried for his skills, is sometimes a death sentence.
Focus your efforts on the
That
enemy,
is, I'm assuming, what is, well, the assumption when they send exiles out on their own. So if you could just at least help him across the border and see if maybe the followers will take him in, that would be great.
I'm more than willing.
Oh, he kind of looks to, at least to Johnny in this case, because Oyeko already voiced her interest.
Johnny would like nothing more.
You read my mind. What are we talking about?
You know that guy who you, indirectly helped get cursed?
No.
Alright, well, we're helping him out of this place.
That sounds like a fine idea, but I'd much rather be slaying evildoers and making a name for myself as a
You
hero.
know what?
Well,
What's more
it just
heroic
so
than helping
happens-
solve problems you caused?
I
it
didn't
just so
cause this
happens that
problem.
small groups tend to gather a unfortunate amount of attention from the monsters out in the
Gather
wastes,
survivors, rebuild your
or
strength,
wilds, however
and
you want to
take
call
the
it.
fight back to the enemy.
So you might have your chance. Plenty of evil nasties out there.
Can we, uh, can we give this maybe a couple hours before we leave? So that way one of our compatriots can wake up.
Well, I would hope you'd give it a couple hours. I need to let him know and convince him to not just
The type of
bowl out the
terrain
door
army
right away.
crosses will affect the speed of their movements and their supply
Alright.
chain.
I'll
Plan
meet
your
you
routes
in-
carefully to
How long
avoid
has it been since we
unnecessary trade
gone to
for
town?
your supply.
I mean, at this point, it's only been about like 5 or 6 hours.
6 hours? Give it like 3 hours.
My legend
That should be enough time
grows.
for Mo to wake the fuck up.
You know, that sounds good to me. About mid-afternoon should be a good time. You get a few hours in, and
It would be a shame not
Well.
to take it.
we'll at least get somewhat closer to the border.
Alright.
He goes and just takes out, takes out a
Show rage.
another bag that jingles once again. And since I'm guessing you probably won't return,
I cannot.
here, I'll give you your payment up front.
Alright. I will just put the bag on my belt for now.
The path
Sorry.
to future glories is paved with small victories.
And I'm
This
going to
place
return
is
to the
abundant
inn.
with natural
Alright.
Likewise.
resources, and its
Yep.
capture would
So,
aid your
You guys return to the inn?
And now divide up the money.
Alright. The bag contains an additional 80 gold pieces.
Alright.
Nice.
80 gold pieces for me? No.
So that's like what? 20 each because there's 4 of us, right?
Quick maths.
Let's go. And I will be just waiting in the inn for Mo to wake up so I can give him his money.
What time of day is it?
It's about noontime. Probably a little bit after at this point. So, yep. You guys wait a couple hours, and Mo, you awaken. Fully rested at this point.
Excuse me. All good.
Battle is upon us, but the
Still seems like there's a little bit of sunlight.
Well, I assume no one's here, right?
I mean, not in your room with you, no.
Or I guess in the bar in general.
Aren't
And
we
by
all
no
drunk?
one, I mean no player characters.
No, at this point, they're probably 3 at least very bored-looking player characters who've been
Yeah,
sitting
we're
there
all-
Okay.
2
We're
hours.
been waiting for you to wake
I'm
up.
putting my gun for the 18th time. Fully disassembled on the table.
a trade agreement
morning,
may be
or
possible
evening.
with this faction. As your trade power grows,
We have a job.
you will receive more money from
Yep.
your agreement.
By the way, one of the random patrons, just a human who apparently has decided to get into the early drinking game,
For vengeance.
goes and as you're kind of saying that, good morning, good evening, he goes, and good afternoon. It's a great time to drink any time of day. Yeah.
A welcome sight to an enterprise.
It just kind of
Sure
goes
is.
back to singing a very, very out of tune Thulshan song.
As I was saying, we have a job.
Excellent.
And I'm going to reassemble my gun and say, now let's go begin it. Unless you have anything you desperately need to do here.
No.
A warlord must
Don't need
be
to pick up that
skilled in
money, not at
politics
all.
if their faction is
Well, I
to
mean,
thrive.
we have it presumably, yes.
Maintain stability
Yeah, you do.
amongst your
I would
generals
have
and
given it
court
to him.
nobles by keeping them satisfied or banishing dissenters.
So,
that
yep, there
threaten
you
your
get
rule.
the, in this case, 80 gold in total.
Excellent.
All right. So, yep, by the way, I forgot to mention it, but he did tell you to go to the southern gate and then wait for them there.
Alright.
Wait, so sorry, I'm so stupid. What was the total?
80.
80 gold pieces.
80.
Alright. So, you guys head to the gate,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and standing near it with two guards just kind of staring at him leery with leers are Cook and that third, like the guard standing out front of the area you met the guy.
Mhm.
He looks pretty oblivious to the guards and just about everyone else's stares, with his helmet still kind of on crooked.
Someone fix the hat, huh?
What? My hat's fine. Don't worry about it. It'll
I'm-
protect my head
I'm
better.
going to
from
tilt
the
my
left.
head to the same angle it's at.
Something's wrong with your head.
My
I was
head?
gonna-
What's wrong with
So
my
I was
head?
talking to Peyton's character, but
He still misinterprets you as talking to him.
Either your skull's misshapen or your helmet's on sideways. Not quite sideways, just tilted.
I think my head is fine.
So your helmet's the one that's off.
Probably. He just kind of touches his helmet and finally sets it right.
Hmm.
Oh, that's why I couldn't see so well on my left eye. Thank you. That helps tremendously.
When he says that, the look on my face goes from like just to bewildered, like he thought he was having eye issues and didn't recognize that as the problem. What the fuck? All right. Cook, you ready to go?
I suppose so. I was just told to come out here and wait.
Well, the waiting's over. Let's go.
He just kind of shrugs and follows after you guys.
Start heading to the border.
All right.
Order time. Whoop whoop.
We are under orders from fucking presumably your commanding officer to get you out of here due to your new situation.
He just kind of looks at you guys. So you're my escorts then?
More or less.
I told him I didn't need escorts.
Yeah,
He
he told us
disagreed.
you said that.
It's only 2 days to the border. I don't need escorts. So
A lot can happen in
on
2 days.
road.
However,
It's not like the
if you
followers are all barbarians.
I don't think he was worried about the followers. A lot can happen in 2 days.
What? I get
Besides,
jumped by a pair of goblins.
It's good to be safe, right?
Listen,
They have paid for it.
enough goblins in the right place. It does a whole lot. Does a whole lot.
Plus, we're, and I'll glance at Johnny,
They'll
At
only
least somewhat
slow us down.
responsible.
They cannot help me.
Well, I helped
I'd say more than somewhat.
thing as well.
I
Should've
glance
known.
at Oyeko.
My reach is endless.
It's in the training. Don't touch any weird magical things with your hands, so it's my fault.
I
that's
agree.
Training.
Well, yeah. Just
that's
like
more
don't go out on the
sense.
cursed moon nights.
I also think that's more of common sense. Do you have to be trained for that here?
Yeah, it's not as common as you'd think it is.
Oh.
So, you guys walk for, well, I don't know, at least for a couple hours before the sun starts dipping. Probably have another like hour or two before it goes away entirely.
Yeah, might as well start setting up camp before the moons come out.
Yep.
Yeah. Said that in a weird way because I was trying to say before it's dark out, and then my brain was like, "Yes, moon."
Yep. It is still the middle of the month, so no cursed moon tonight.
Mm.
Lucky us.
Well, no chance for a cursed moon tonight. So,
Bold
Yep.
words when a cursed moon showed up the other day just for no reason.
yeah.
Cursed
So,
moons are cringe.
This is your last
Yep.
chance for
once again, like the night before, only one moon comes up tonight. And the soft blue glow of Slolak covers the landscape.
Watches.
I mean, are you guys gonna have them?
I plan to.
I mean, yeah. I'll take
Second.
It is done then.
take first watch. Don't have dark vision, but we'll make do.
I'll take third watch.
I will sleep through the whole night.
Good man.
Well, he won't regret it.
Cook is willing to stay up and take a watch himself, so
I'm asleep both times. Both non-watches.
so he's actually up with you, Oyeko.
Mhm.
We're used to the nighttime, it seems. But
Standard stance.
the night, well, your watch passes.
Mhm.
Cook doesn't say anything. He just kind of keeps his eyes out.
I don't feel the need to initiate conversation if he doesn't.
Yep. It's pretty quiet. You hear some travelers short distance away and can kind of see their campfire up against some few of the trees in the small wood you're passing through. You hear a little bit of laughter and whatnot,
Mhm.
but otherwise, nothing all that exciting.
But yeah, it doesn't sound like anyone being a threat in any way.
Nah. You vaguely hear the sounds of music and whatnot, but they're like a couple 100 feet away, so it's very quiet. So, unless a bard is like murder playing everything, no, there's no screaming or anything.
It's theoretically possible.
It is. So, Gibbe, your second watch, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So, the middle of the night, everyone else is asleep. Could you go ahead and roll perception for me? Very nice.
Set up in a tree somewhere, just sitting there with a rifle.
Just ready for anything.
Yep. You hear a faint screaming?
I am going to wake up whoever is closest. I don't know who that is.
Just pick. They're all pretty close.
Okay, fine. That is Oyeko.
All right.
I'm going to say, I'll be right back. And I'm then going to go in the direction of the screaming.
Wait,
The direction of the screaming seems to be up, for the sounds of things.
Up.
Yeah. It's getting louder, by the way.
Fuck.
Yeah.
All right.
By the way, you hear. Well, actually, what is your
passive
remember.
perception.
your guys' passives are pretty good from across the board.
My
I feel like
passive perception is 14.
that. Yeah.
Not terrible. Not anything super spectacular.
I might have an idea, which could be very stupid.
9.
I'm going to attempt it.
Yeah, right. Everyone but Moe's is like 13 and above.
Yeah, mine's 14.
Yeah, that's what I was remembering was. You
I'd
guys
like
are
to attempt to acquire the upper portion of my tent.
okay.
So you know how firemen do that thing where they have the blanket that's stretched out?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to also wake up the captain.
All right.
And I'm going to try and pinpoint where the person appears to be falling from.
Generals to lead.
Or appears to be falling, since I,
I
already
mean,
know where
they-
they're falling from.
Watch for traps.
They seem to be falling like nearish to your camp. No more than like 10 to 20 feet would be your guess. Yeah. Cook just kind of like opens his eyes and gives you a tired look. What?
Someone's
And
falling,
then
trying to get.
yeah, even before the words are fully out of your mouth, he's like, "What is that scream. Oh.
And then he sees the tent in my hands. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yep. He is a little confused as to what you're planning on doing with said tent.
I'm just going to tell him to grab it and stretch it.
All right. He stands up, grabs the other side of the tent.
And I mean, is there a way I can try and figure out where they're going to be falling for
Go
this?
ahead and just roll perception again. Try and
Alright,
figure
come
out
on,
where.
good. Yeah, it's not great, but you know, could be a lot worse.
All right. Yeah, the screaming is very, very loud
But
now.
this must end.
But you are able to guess at least vaguely where they are. Just roll me a flat d20.
Flat D20.
All right. You do guess correctly.
Oh, nice.
Could you roll me a strength? Strength check, yeah.
Strength check. All right. Really check. Normal.
Ooh.
They land on me.
No, they do land on the tent. It's just you're not strong enough to hold them back, and you hear a lot of
Do I happen to
crunch.
get advantage for some reason because I have other people helping?
No.
Maybe. Damn.
Cook is not entirely sure what you're trying to do, so he's like holding it, but he's not helping very much.
Pull it tight, you fuck.
So yeah, you see a figure fly into the tent, and a lot of cracking and some
Never a good
splatting.
sign.
So your tent is now broken. It's covered in blood and bone.
The enemy have encircled your settlement.
I assume they're very dead.
They are hoping to weaken you
Yeah,
before
they
striking.
they don't seem to be
You
very
may need to
alive
send an
anymore.
army
They seem to be a
help your
pile of
defenders
goo.
break the siege and prevent them from being starved in
A very furry pile of
Come
goo, by
from.
the way.
Fuck.
Yeah, Cook shares your sentiments. Where the hell did it come from?
Up.
More importantly, does it have any loot on it?
It doesn't. Creatures
I-
don't just fly without wings, though.
I will check for like anything signifying on that isn't just corpse.
I mean, yeah, there is a big bunch of like hair that looks like it might have once been a beard, and they do have like, well, they had an axe. Now they have an axe head because
They have an axe head that's gone straight through the tent. They
You
fell
know,
axe
tent-
head down, just gone right straight through.
Yeah.
Shit.
but the axe is destroyed at this point. You could probably repair it because the head itself is fairly decent, but you need someone to remake the haft.
There's a head steel.
Unfortunately, no. It's made out of iron.
Alright.
But other than that, there's not much left of this person.
Oh, there goes my tent. Damn. It was such a man.
It was a good
So
idea,
much.
but the dice let you down.
Eh.
Unfortunate.
No, come on, man.
Can't win them all.
So
Man, I succeed on every step of that except for the fucking last one.
yeah,
Important one.
exactly.
To be
So-
fair, all of them were pretty important ones.
That is fair.
If I messed up at any stage of the game, it was up.
So
Alright.
yep. Cook is gonna go back to sleep, thoroughly confused, disgusted, and a little bit traumatized.
Oyeko is not going to go back to sleep. She's
Can
going to
you-
stay up.
Can you take over watch? I'm gonna go grab my fucking shovel.
She'll nod.
And I'm going to wrap up this now fucked top of the tent. So I'm just missing like the tarp now, right? I have
Yeah.
all this shit to secure it. And no tarp. Christ. Well, I'm gonna have to buy
You got all the internal parts, just not the tarp
more
part.
canvas once we get to the next fucking town. I'll just wrap up the body in that and bury them.
Mhm. Yeah, it does take you a while, but you get it done. Yep. But other than that weirdness, the rest of the watch passes on eventfully. Thankfully.
Oyako's staying up the whole night at this point, by the way.
All right. And who was the last person?
Me.
All
Yep.
right. Mo.
Why Mo is even allowed to watch is a mystery, but
But he is.
And that's important.
Yeah. So, Mo, speaking of which, could you go ahead and roll me that perception? Your nose twitches as you sense something.
You
Should I
can
roll perception
smell
too?
me
'Cause
still
I'm
out
also
your
still
Yeah,
up
if
buried.
you're, if you're up, you
body.
can notice this.
How long does it take to bury a body?
I mean, a while, but probably not more than like an hour.
Time to bury body.
I guess it depends on how deep you want to bury it.
I mean, I plan on burying it. I don't want a shallow grave.
Mm-hmm.
I plan on doing like an actual grave.
I'm trying to think.
Dig.
Yeah, I mean, you're not particularly weak, right? You're like fairly strong.
Let's see. 10 average.
Uh,
It takes about 8 to 10 hours to dig a human-sized grave.
yeah, but it's not a human-sized creature.
That's fair. 4 to 5, maybe. That's the amount of time it takes with extensive experience, and I would assume having like half the grave size would help.
Sure. Yeah, we'll do 4 hours. So there's not very much corpse left at this point.
God, my fucking tent, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I needed that.
So, Mo, well, you're not sure why your nose is twitching. You do smell something that smells good. Something
it
cooking.
smells good.
Yeah.
My God.
Oyeko, you notice Mo kind of his nose twitching, but you don't notice what he's smelling.
What?
This is, by the way, fairly early into your watch, Mo, like hour 1. So the sun's still down.
Din din.
I
Yep.
smell something good.
Yep. By the way, Oyeko, at this point, you do hear something.
Here.
It seems to be shrieking.
Where does it sound like it's coming from?
Just kind of further down the road, like in the woods still, but
What
it
kind?
sounds
From
like
above.
it's coming louder.
What kind of
Slowly.
shrieking? Just like human shrieking?
Not really. It sounds like a smaller creature, halfling, goblin, maybe.
Well, I mean humanoid. Sorry, like
Yeah.
person screeching.
Yeah, it sounds like
it's-
a person shrieking in pain.
Okay. I'll just draw my sword. Just go.
Mo, you should probably wake everyone else up. I'm going after that.
And I will take off into the woods.
Okay.
I will begin waking people up.
All right. You wake other people up.
How'd you get into my knot tent to wake me up? Fucking tent! I'm so mad.
Rest in peace.
I
So,
need that tent.
yeah. Oyeko, after a very short distance, like you walk probably run like 50 feet out of camp, and you can see a light that seems to be growing as it moves towards you.
Great.
It's still like in the bushes and whatnot, so you can't quite see what's giving it off yet, but you can see it's coming, like it's growing brighter, so it's coming towards you. And the shrieking is definitely coming from that direction.
I will continue heading that way.
Also start heading towards the screeching when I wake up.
Okay.
Just
So,
take my life. I could.
yeah. You basically walk another like 20, 30 feet and break through the bushes, and you see a goblin running around in circles, engulfed in flame.
Is it the only thing there?
I mean, that's the only thing you can see. There's a couple of other, like, like a bedroll and a couple of other things, but they also seem to be currently on fire.
I'll just sort of cry out, drop, roll.
Are you saying it in Goblin, or are you saying it in
I don't
common?
speak Goblin. I only speak common.
It ignores you. It
I'll
keeps
run up and try.
shrieking in Goblin and still being on fire.
I'll run up and try to tackle it.
Alright, go ahead and
You
roll
tackle
focus.
something that's fully on fire. It's in the process of being immolated. Oh, you tackle
Still,
straight to the fire.
still a skill check, so negative ones don't count here. And a 9 is definitely enough to tackle a goblin who isn't trying to resist you. So yeah, you tackle it. Because it is a 1, however, I am going to say that you do catch fire, which is not good. But you're on the ground with Goblin now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to. I'm on fire. That's okay. I'm gonna try to sort of start rolling him to put him out, and then also try to roll to put myself out.
All right. I believe I'm trying to think how you put yourself out. It's normally a dex save, right?
Yeah, it's
That'd
usually
be
what
my
it is.
assumption.
Yeah. So go ahead. Yeah. Do a dex save.
I am trying to put him out first.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it's same.
Okay, so dex save to put him out as well. Got it.
Yeah.
Boop.
All
Not
right.
Terrible.
So, with some effort, you're able to, like, roll him around and pat him down to at least get it down to embers so he's not actively burning anymore. You do take a little bit of damage from the fire as it starts burning away at you, but it hasn't quite gotten too much going quite yet.
That's not gonna. Well, I'll try to put myself out now.
All right. Yeah, I'm just gonna say that it's so weak right now that I'm not even gonna force you to roll.
Okay.
You're able to put yourself out easily. And at this point, Gave, you run to the clearing.
What's happening?
No,
I asked that.
a lot of fire, it seems.
Jesus
This-
Christ.
Whole thing was on fire, so
Someone lay
I-
off a fucking Molotov?
I had to step in.
And I will sort of just be patting out the last little like embers.
How burned is the goblin?
I mean, he hasn't gotten up yet.
We alive?
He's
Oh.
breathing, so
Is he unstable? Because if he is, I will use a healer's kit charge to stabilize him.
he's pretty burned, but he doesn't look too bad. So, you think you put him out like just before he started to really go down.
I'm going to ask when
Good thing I hustled.
goblin. What did you do, you idiot?
It just kind of croaks out. I didn't do anything.
Then what
I
happened?
woke up on fire.
I. It's so fucking funny.
The bedroll, by the way, behind you is just slowly burning away.
As a note, Guve does snicker at that.
Am I awake?
Yeah,
somewhere?
at this point,
Yeah, Mo
Mo has
would've-
woken you up. Cook, like, just kind of looks at Mo and then just rolls over.
Oh, some fucking. You woke up. On
He's
fire.
already
What-
seen too much tonight. He's like,
someone
frickin'.
light you on fire in your sleep. You decide to put your bedroll down on a campfire? What the fuck happened, idiot?
I'm not an idiot. I was sleeping, and then all of a sudden I woke up because I started getting too hot, and then I was on fire.
Yeah, too hot might be an understatement, huh? And I'm
Yeah,
going to start
sure.
looking around for
Sounds
why
accurate.
the bedroll caught on fire.
Yeah, it's still burning. At this point, like, it's pretty much destroyed. There's only about, like, half a bedroll left.
But why did it catch on fire?
Ask him if he needs anything.
I think you need some fucking aloe vera.
Enemy general is fallen.
All right. That, unfortunately, does not exist in the New World.
I think you need some burn cream. You need some patented 13 herbs and spices. Can't get in mine though. Can I look for why The bedroll caught on fire.
I mean, how are you gonna try and figure it out?
I'm going to look for clues.
Sure, go ahead and roll investigate. In the meantime, Johnny, what are you looking for?
You're really doing it, me, huh?
I know.
Son of a
geez.
bitch.
I've got no idea what I'm looking for. I'm sort of.
Idiot fell asleep
We
next to a
rolled a lot of
candle.
nat ones this section.
I know.
Yeah, that's the
It's a
third
good
one.
thing
I
you
think.
guys don't have any combat, because it could go really poorly.
To be fair, aside from the nat ones, I've been rolling very well tonight, so I can't
Let's take a
complain
look
that
at.
much.
Let's take a look at chat, and I see 3 nat 1s.
I know.
I know they're like
I mean, Mo, are
right
you
after each other.
telling Johnny what's going on?
Victory grows
Oh, yeah.
'Cause, Johnny, you notice two of your party members are gone.
There was some good smell. They got up and left and told me to wake everyone up. I did not
Well.
follow because I assumed they did not want my presence.
That's a good assumption. I'll stay here and defend the base. The base? The tent. Where we are.
Jesus Christ.
No sense in
left?
blundering out into the. No sense in blundering out into the darkness only to get separated. We should wait here for them to return.
I don't know where they went anyway, so following them might just lead to more loss.
I agree. Sounds like a bad idea. So what did this good smell like?
It smelled like cooking. Just like my family used to do.
With the information we have, that's a bit monk ass.
So, yep.
Hmm?
At this point, for those of you standing in the goblins' camp, and by the way, a 4 does not get you pretty much
Yeah,
anything.
no shit.
It lit on fire, as far as you can tell, spontaneously.
Yeah, some person fucking magic or some shit's dumb. He's an idiot. He's fucking stupid goblin probably lit himself on fire like an idiot. And his bedroll on fire to cover up for how much of an idiot he is.
So, yep, the goblin finally like rolls over and stands up, wanders over to a bag that he just kind of stuck in one of the bushes nearby, rummages through it, throws a couple rations on the ground, a couple of pintons, a couple of torches, and then finally pulls out a red bottle and downs it. And all of a sudden, he looks a lot better. Not limping anymore, which is good.
That is good.
It was not
Then
my
he just
problem.
kind of chucks the bottle against one of the nearby trees.
That's littering. Get him.
Actually, you're right. That is littering. I shoot him in the head.
I risked life and limb for this fucker.
Yeah.
Yep. Then he
And
goes and he pulls a wooden stick from the side of his bag. Might as well just be a club.
your part does not think I need to worry.
All right. Now that I'm back to fighting shape, it's time to fricking kill the bastard who set me on fire. He just kind of looks around the campsite. And then just kind of looks at you two. It was one of you, wasn't it?
He's still speaking Goblin, right?
Yeah. But he definitely looks hostile.
I'm just gonna ask if he's stupid. Are you fucking simple?
Is he,
No.
is he angry with me?
He's
Eyes
angry.
are costly, and sometimes it may be.
He goes and digs through his bag again, then comes out with a symbol that looks like a coin with an hourglass, kind of like on top, like in the middle of the coin. I am a follower of Decius. You should fear me. Just kind of looks you up and down. Elf.
Don't do something you're going to regret.
Will I regret? I can set you alight yourself.
Don't do something you're going to regret.
Why not? You
Because
lit me
you're
on
on
fire, I should be allowed to light you on fire. It's only fair.
If we lit you on fire, then why the fuck did we show up after you were on fire?
What is he saying?
He's being fucking simple.
That doesn't
This is why
explain it.
I fucking hate goblins.
You could have done it with magic.
The woods can conceal much.
Aren't you the one who's magic here?
I have
Could-
the gifts of DCs, yes.
You done it to yourself on accident. You could have done it in your sleep.
Oh my god, he wet himself in his sleep.
He, he
It
lit
was
himself on
fire.
fire in his sleep. Burned himself in his sleep.
I don't use magic in my sleep. It takes more concentration than that.
Christ. I'm just gonna sigh. You are very special.
What does he
Of
want?
course. I am one of the chosen followers of DC's.
Who the hell is DC's?
She's pretty well known. She's the goblin god of chance. Or I guess rather,
I
the
would
green
still
skin god
ask
of
that.
chance. But yeah, she's mostly worshipped by goblins.
Yeah, maybe DC's was the one that lit you on fire.
He looks worried all of a sudden, and then like kind of flips his coin back around.
There's a chance you pissed her off.
But I've been a great follower.
Then why'd you catch on fire in the middle of the night?
I don't fucking know.
Okay, so if you don't know, then why are you threatening two people?
That's not the point. You must have lit me on fire. I can't use magic in my sleep, so I can't lit myself on fire.
Wait, what? Does he want something? I
Why-
can pay him.
Why does that inherently mean that we lit you on fire? This is a big force. Someone could have lit you on fire and then ran off and thought it was funny. Why does it have to be us two? Is it because it's convenient?
But you're
Are you
the
so
only
stupid
ones
as to
around,
think it's
so it
convenient?
must be you.
You are quite possibly the dumbest goblin I've met so far. And it's
Goblins have you
quite
met?
honestly, how many goblins have I met? Quite a
Yeah.
few.
Hmm.
Let's see. At least 57.
Well, I guess apologize, and I won't call down holy magic on you.
I don't think you can at this point, if I'm honest.
All shall hear of this.
Because you kind of said it and threatened us, and then didn't do anything. And then I said that
I
your
was
god
giving
might
you a
not
chance
like
to
you.
apologize.
Then I said your god might not like you, and then you instantly clammed up really hard.
Of course, I don't know. She's a weird god. She likes to trick people.
Why do you worship her?
Because she gives me magic? Why else?
Worship a different god. There's plenty of them. It's at least like 5, I think.
Yeah, but Chigari is all about the murder and whatnot, and I'm not a fan of that. And
Have you tried a non-goblin god?
other problems.
There's plenty of gods out there. You don't have to stick to the goblin ones.
Oh, yeah, like what? The weird undead ones?
I'm gonna be honest.
Or the
Uh,
damn
I-
moons?
I don't know
He just
anything
kind of
about
laughs at
gods.
that. You believe
I-
that? Some fools believe the moons give magic powers.
Some fools actually try and get magic powers.
I have magic.
Johnny senses a disturbance.
He just holds out one of his hands, and you see that he's missing 3 of his fingers. See?
Oh wow, you sure sacrificed a lot. I bet that's why the gods love you.
Just looks down at his hand.
Oyeka will frown when he does that.
Yep. By the way, that basically just leaves him with thumb.
There's another one, isn't there?
Just take him your whole fucking hand, idiot. Maybe your god would like you more then.
He's got hook fingers.
No, he doesn't have any fingers. Well, thumbs are the most important. You need them so your hands work. Just kind of
Yeah.
wiggles his thumbs.
So you need your thumb to be able to hold things, right? But you know what that relies on? The other fingers. You. You should probably feel pretty proud. You're the first goblin I've talked to this long that I don't have any plans to murder.
Is this settled? Can we go back?
Yeah, we could probably leave at any time.
Once you apologize, you can leave all you want. He does actually say this in common.
Oh, you speak common?
Of course.
Are you alright?
I was on fire. No.
Yeah, I know. I put you out. Are you okay?
To abandon it would be
He just kind of looks at himself. You still see a couple of burns that are clinging, but I mean, he's much better than he was.
Mhm.
I'm alive, which is better than anything.
Whew, that's a
So-
relief.
Apologize for setting me on fire.
I didn't. Why would I have done that? I came.
The goblin is stunned into silence.
No, he looks frustrated.
I put you out, but I mean, I can say sorry.
That I'll take that.
Wow, you are dumber than I thought. To think that one demands an apology from someone with no evidence. What idiot. I'm continuing to say this in Goblin. What a simple fool.
But
Yep.
he speaks common.
I
I
know.
can't understand you.
You see his expression getting like even more annoyed, but he's still staring at you, Oyeko.
So are we settled then?
As long as you apologize to a follower of Thesis, then yes, we're settled.
I did. I
Ooh,
apologized.
To invoke your god, because you're too much of a bitch.
So, at that point, he nods. Good. Now I can go back to sleep. He just looks down at his half a bedroll. On the ground, I guess.
Do you want a bedroll? I can go grab mine.
Do not give him your bedroll.
What? He needs it. His got burned. And I don't.
Okay, so you're gonna give him your bedroll, so that way you can then sleep on the ground.
agreeable terms.
I mean, I can buy a new one when we get into the next town.
He can buy a new one when he gets into a town.
But someone obviously set him on fire. I feel bad.
Why do you feel bad? It wasn't you. It wasn't me. It probably wasn't the dog.
Oyeko will put a hand on your shoulder and just go,
It's called sympathy.
I have no sympathy for goblins.
Well, I have sympathy for everybody. Do you want my bedroll?
I don't need your pity. It's late enough. I'll just leave now. He
All right.
walks over, angrily picks up his backpack, and then just kind of starts striding off.
Hope your god doesn't set you on fire anymore. Oh, sorry, hang back to the camp.
do you say
By the
that
way,
in
he just-
common or
He just
goblin?
leaves the
Oh, I said
pins
that
and the rations on the ground near the backpack.
I mean, I'm not gonna take them.
I'm saying they were on the ground and they are staying there.
Mhm.
He did not pick them up.
Things are better gained
So
than
yeah, he
gained.
wanders off, leaving the half-burned bread roll. So, yeah, do you guys head back at that point?
Yeah, I mean, I would.
All right. Yep, you make it back to camp. So, in the meantime, by the way, while you guys are having that conversation, considering it did last actually a little while, those of you in the camp, so Johnny and Mo, hear someone kind of stumbling around in the bushes.
What's crazy is they have a lot of burn marks on them.
I might have fallen asleep by the time you get back. I spent all day yesterday trying to make a gun out of cutlery and potatoes.
That's what it was.
Well, Johnny, you hear someone stumbling around in the bushes. They're trying to be quiet. Trying. They're not doing a very good job. like to the point where even Mo notices them.
Damn, that is bad. Mo sucks.
Are you just gonna let them wander off, or check the bushes for random person?
Should we call out? Perhaps Ed's friends lost.
They'll only slow us down.
Your silence speaks to me.
Wasn't Johnny asleep?
Maybe. I mean,
I mean, this is like only a moment after you guys are all woken up, so unless Johnny just turned over and went back to sleep.
Johnny just goes, immediately zonks out.
Not being actively attacked, so it's got to be great.
I didn't make a wrong decision.
So.
Well, facing such overwhelming silence,
you know it's bad when Theo's giving you the BM.
I
You know what's great
I
about giving
assume
you-
Lumpy like got up to grab a drink of water or something.
Probably.
I'm having trouble staying focused. I don't have a lot of brain juice left.
What? Were you trying to make a gun out of cutlery in real life too?
Yes.
We can end in a moment here.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I got this. Okay.
Just
What's
slap
going
yourself
on?
in the
Go.
face
Let's
pretty
go.
hard.
You hear a person trying to be sneaky in the bushes and failing utterly.
I try and fall asleep.
Just like real life.
I'm just so dismissive.
All right.
No.
I'm gonna
No,
come
I
back and the rest of my camp's gonna be gone.
Okay, so
Alright.
back, your entire campsite's on fire.
God.
Well, at least I have my gunpowder with me, otherwise that could be unfortunate.
Thank goodness he didn't accept my offer of that bedroll.
No, I draw my sword and heft my shield and just stroll over to the bush without a care in the world.
All right. Yep. As you get like within 10 feet, you hear something squeak on the inside. A humanoid, someone like kind of squeak in fear.
Something squeak on the inside?
Yeah.
What does
And
that
you-
mean?
They scramble back
Oh, on
away.
the inside of the bush.
Yeah.
That was like I was hearing his like thoughts.
No.
He's squeaking on the
His
inside.
inner
You hear someone squeak on the inside. I was like, "What, Mitchell? What is that?" No. As I near the bush, I hear someone squeak from inside the bush.
Yes.
Okay.
Mo, are you joining Johnny or just
Yes.
watching? Okay. Yep. So you hear them scramble back, and you push through the bush, and there is a female halfling on the other side.
Oh there, citizen. Are you in need of a warm fire? And a
Fire? No, I don't need fire at all. I have all the fire I need. Thank you very much.
ah. Well,
Yeah.
well, are you want for food then?
No, I'm all good. I have all the food I need too.
All right. Have you want for a safe place to sleep?
Maybe. Is this a safe place?
To sleep? Absolutely, I'm here. I'll watch over you while you sleep.
All right. That sounds good, I guess.
All right, that
Picks
settles
herself
it.
up off the ground.
I'm Johnny Vanguard. What's your name?
You can call me Raleigh.
Raleigh.
Wait a second.
Mm,
Raleigh,
Okay.
not Rowley.
I was like, wait, fire? Rowley?
that's where I always heard him. I started chanting Monka S.
Okay, actually, to be fair, I was just like Rowley, like Norix's character, and then Peyton went, and then I was like, wait, fire and red. I know what Peyton's thinking.
Yep.
I didn't.
By the way, Theo, the name is a match for the one of the gods of your pantheons. In particular, the trickster shape-shifting goddess, Raleigh.
Well, welcome.
Let us talk trade.
Interesting.
She
Have you want for a blanket or bedroll? You can use mine.
Greed is an ugly
thank you. That's very kind.
That's very
Then,
hot for being kind.
I'm just gonna stare at him until he falls asleep,
Jesus Christ.
and then keep staring.
You're fucking creepy. No.
You're wrong about that, though, Jake. He made the right decision.
So, yep, she sets a small bag down. It's like a miniaturized backpack, effectively. And then just kind of crawls under the bedroll and just kind of stares back at you. She doesn't go to sleep. At least not until you guys come back to your camp having a visitor all of a sudden.
Justice is claimed by whoever wins.
Who's our visitor?
My reach is endless.
Rowley.
All right then, I guess.
This has been a eventful night.
Yeah. Hey, you know anything about fire?
No, I don't know anything about fire. Nothing at all.
Hey, why'd you light a goblin's camp on fire that way?
She just looks up at you. What goblin's camp? I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Listen, I've had a very long night. I've already had to bury someone. I talked to the goblin and I didn't kill them. Let's just cut to the chase. Why'd you light the camp on fire?
It told me to.
Who?
It.
What the hell is it?
The dream. It told me to.
What dream?
Oh dear.
The dream.
Explain.
The dream. You don't know what it is?
No.
Do
you have magic?
She just kind of holds up her hands. They just look like normal hands to you.
Is that a yes?
Yes, I have magic.
What'd you give up for your magic?
Something?
How worthless of an answer. What's the dream you're talking about?
The dream.
What dream? Explain. Expand. Say something that isn't the dream.
It's not a dream, it's the dream.
What is the dream? Explain. Expand. Explore the idea. Or I'm going to explode.
I don't know how to explain it. It tells you to do things, and if you don't do it, bad things happen.
Was that so hard to explain? Okay.
So, what kind of bad things?
Not always bad things, just things.
You just said bad things happen. If you don't do the thing, you're supposed to.
I mean, it doesn't always tell you to do bad things.
What are the bad things happen if you don't listen?
I don't know.
Then how do you know bad things happen?
Because it told me bad things happen. I don't want bad things to happen, so I listen.
We know that God is real because it was written in the Bible. And we can trust the Bible because it was written by God. And we know we can trust God because it was written in the Bible. I swear I'm going to strangle you.
Slow down. So, just in the future, don't do bad things to people even if the dream says so. It's not worth it. Bad things happen to you even if you do bad things yourself. So if you do bad things will happen to you in general anyway.
What goes around comes around.
Exactly.
For instance, that goblin probably followed us back here and is going to kill you.
I don't think he could do that.
Follow us? Yes.
Looks
Kill?
around.
Probably not.
I don't want to do bad things.
Then
But-
don't.
I need to.
No. Everyone has a choice.
You don't understand. You don't use magic. You don't know. You don't understand the dream.
You're correct. I have not given up part of my soul for magic.
One down and another Oyeko was right about magic being bad thing.
How often do you have the dream?
All the time?
All the time.
Jeez.
Get out of the camp.
But that one said I could stay. It was a safe place for sleep.
How unfortunate.
Points at Johnny.
I don't like having arsonists near me. I have
It's not
things that
always
are,
arson.
I have things that are very vulnerable to arson.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it pretty much morning at this point?
It's a couple hours, but yeah, almost. The moon's nearly down.
What's the name of Jake's character?
Oyeko.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Oyeko. May I speak to you?
Naturally.
Away from here.
Of course. I will follow.
My
Get out of the
people have encountered creatures like this. They have dreams, as she states. They can destroy many things
It
and
sounds like a
kill
reason.
hundreds.
Okay, gee, why are you keeping them in our camp?
I did not realize what it was, but at the very least we should remove her from this camp, if not slay her on the spot. She
Can
will
you explain-
torment others, crush many.
Can you explain what kind of things they do?
They're tricksters with a sickening twist. They prefer to torture and crush creatures in their line of sight.
They sound horrible.
They are. My people have many encounters with them.
Why is my screen just going to the left?
Oh my god, they're so evil. They make your screen go to the
Every
left.
time, as I was speaking, I just like the thing just started moving left and then left
Well,
again.
that's because I said, get out of the camp or bad things are going to happen.
Oh, okay.
Unless Johnny kicks her out, she basically is going to continue arguing that Johnny invited her. So
How unfortunate. Because I have a gun, and I don't care what Johnny thinks.
I know it may not be in our nature to kill, but this is something we should remove if we seek to prevent further harm to those around us.
I am not one to just kill. if it needs to be removed from our camp, we probably should remove it.
I'm unconvinced that it does not wish to harm us. Its dedication to remaining within the camp is alarming.
I shall talk to it. You should talk to the others.
Very well.
Guess we'll walk back to camp.
Johnny, I swear to God, you either get her out of this camp or I'm going to.
Johnny. Gvey. I wish to speak to you. In private.
Alright.
I'm going to glare daggers at the person who is refusing to leave and head over.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna pretty much reiterate
Yeah.
what was said
Alright.
before.
Pretend I was not paying attention and explain again.
They are bad. We need them out of the camp and
I'm
possibly
kidding.
even
I
to
was
kill
listening.
Okay.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I mean,
them. And upon hearing that, I am going to load the gun.
I mean, Mo isn't like, they are bad, we need them out of the camp. Mo is like, they are bad,
We
they
should
kill
possibly
my
kill-
people. If we let them go, they are going to kill more people.
Mm.
Good enough for me.
I was going to insight Mo on this, actually.
Sure. Actually, you know what? That makes sense.
Yeah.
Is Theo lying?
I don't know.
No, Theo seems to be telling the truth. At least as far as I can think.
And give you say this one tried to
Give
burn someone alive?
Goblin. Not really a person, but, you know, person adjacent.
Without mercy.
Once they get a taste for it, they'll start moving on to real people. We need to put a stop to it.
I agree. I like how he was just like, person adjacent. Perfectly describes goblins.
Yes?
Alright, let's go deal with this problem then.
Is
Before- Go
yeah.
back.
I'm prepared to
Just to
slay this
make sure that
this
we
feller.
are all on the same page. We are solving this problem permanently, correct?
That would
I
be
intend to.
advisable.
While he's talking, I will be asking the person. So, do you often set things on fire for fun?
Not for fun.
I'm gonna incite that one.
Yeah, go ahead. It is indeed not for fun. She's telling the truth.
And that's from the rest
Would
of
you
us.
be able to go against the dream?
Only if I wish to suffer consequences. And I don't wanna. I've seen what happens when they suffer consequences.
What kind of things happen?
Bad things.
Be more specific. You said you've seen them.
She just kind of shivers. People die. They die. Bad things.
Would you say that the dream is capable of killing hundreds?
Only hundreds?
At-
And that's what the rest of us are
Yeah,
rolling
that's
in the brain.
basically all she says in response. Though the look of fear on her face is pretty obvious what she considers
Oh,
that
how do
number
you-
to be.
How do you get this? How do you get this dream? What
You break the
causes?
rules. The rules
What do
of
you mean?
magic. You give away the one thing you're not supposed to ever give away.
What did you give away?
Just kind of squirms. The
Please.
one thing. You're not supposed to ever give it away. Not totally, anyway.
Your mind? Your spirit?
He just kind of continues squirming.
Please, you have to tell me.
Y-
Your
yes.
life depends on it.
I
Both?
gave away my mind.
Oh no. All of it?
Yeah.
I didn't cite that. Curious if she gave away her mind, all of her mind.
Hmm. I mean, she doesn't even seem fully convinced that she did.
Hmm.
Are you sure that's what you gave away?
Yes, I'm almost certain.
You don't seem too convinced.
I'm able to think. I'm not a zombie or anything.
So, when people give away all their mind to magic, what do they become?
I guess
Generally speaking.
three things generally happen if you give away your entire mind. You're fine. You immediately go crazy and start attacking everyone else. Or what happens when you give away your spirit, where you basically just become one of the sacrificed immediately.
Mhm.
Which, they're, for all intents and purposes, undead.
So there, you said, if I remember correctly, there's 3 things you're never supposed to sacrifice. It's mind, spirit, and something else, which I
Life.
can't remember.
Yes. You're never supposed to entirely sacrifice your mind, life, or spirit. Yeah. Or soul, really.
So, based on the way she's acting, does she match any of these general things?
I mean, she's acting terrified, but I mean, she seems to be under control of her faculties.
Mhm.
I mean, she kind of very vaguely reminds you of events in your past, but
Mhm.
only the very end.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. You need to not do these things.
I don't have a choice.
You always have a choice.
Just kind of looks at you like a look of just please try and understand. I don't. It's
There's
too
gonna be a
late.
lot of understanding.
Why do people feel the need to sacrifice these things?
I had my reasons.
I would imagine around this point, the rest of the party's probably catching back up.
Yeah, at this point.
Johnny's ready to kill.
First thing doing, I get Titan. Use Hunter Sense.
All right.
That is damage immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities. Unless they're
She-
divination magic.
Yeah, no, she doesn't have any of those. She seems to just be a normal halfling as far as that stuff's concerned.
Okie doke.
Gather your strength.
Well then.
Where are my treasures?
Prepare for
you Slayer's
battle, I
Prey?
guess.
I mean, have you guys like come back with weapons drawn, or
To be fair, I left with a weapon drawn.
yeah?
Same
Yeah,
here.
I think Peyton said something like I'm loading my gun.
Yeah, but she's not going to be able to tell the difference between loaded
Something
gun
along
and
those
unloaded
lines,
gun.
yes.
So.
But yeah, when we were out in the forest, I learned what they were. I went, okay, I load my gun.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But she doesn't seem to know what a gun is, hence her non-fear from the stick.
Well then, I use Slayer's Prey.
All
And I
right.
fucking shoot her.
I mean, she notices you point and stands up, but not fast enough to react. So go ahead, roll an attack roll. I'm going to say advantage, of course, because she doesn't know how rifles work.
I mean, not great rolls, but 17.
not a great roll, but it's still enough to actually hit her. So she does throw up a energy field, but the bullet just freaking crashes through it anyway.
That, and then you get yourself one of these, and then let's do a maneuver because, you know, we're resting, so whatever. All right, let's see. What would be a funny maneuver to use here? Let's do a goading attack. Why not? Make a wisdom save.
All right, just go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
It's not great, but it's still enough to knock her down. She's bleeding out.
Oh, nice. It's
What
too
are you
easy.
doing?
I'm just going to gesture to Mo. You can explain.
The same thing.
Creature.
You never elaborated on what it does that's extra dangerous. From what it looked like, she just seemed like someone close to the edge.
She on her own, not terribly dangerous, but her powers come from.
As soon as Mo says that, I will use a charge of the healer's kit to stabilize her.
Fuck. I do like a double take in Mo, and I hear not particularly dangerous. Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
Can I
She's
insight
blind.
this?
Fucking king.
Well, I guess what Mo means is that, like, when she's just working by herself, she isn't very dangerous, but when she's listening to her voices,
Okay.
She becomes very destructive.
Christ. I got so fucking worried for a second. I just shot someone for no reason.
You need to
Like,
elaborate.
When my people were surrounded by pirates, the people made sacrifices to save Warren. The result was near total destruction of Warren and pirates from creatures controlled by the voice. Needless to say, Warren does not remain, and such is the reason I am here. Did not take many, just 3, perhaps 1,000 or more souls were lost.
Magic is terrible.
I'm going to load my gun. What must be done, must be done.
I know of no cure for this other than elimination.
Yeah.
It's the age-old question. How many lives do you kill someone if it's going to save a bunch of lives, but you have to pull the trigger? The trolley question. But there's no trolley. These trolleys don't exist.
Yep. By the way, Cook is like up and awake. He was listening to this conversation and just kind of watching this go on. And as Mo is explaining, you all hear a light thwap.
Yeah?
Yep.
I presume looking at the woman, she is dead, or at least shot.
Yeah, crossbow bolt through the head. So
I'm going to look at him, I'm going to nod, and I'm going to go back to my bedroll.
yep. He looks like his expression is very hard to read. There's definitely some amount of sorrow mixed in, but
Yeah.
Yeah, there's also, of course, the
It had to happen.
fairly usual Thulcian kind of mix of disgust and mysteriously a little bit of rage mixed in.
I guess that was necessary.
What must be done must be done.
Indeed.
I just can't
All right.
feel bad.
We've stayed here long enough. Let's keep moving.
I get out my fucking shovel again.
I presume at
Just
this point
leave her.
the
We don't
full
have the
rest is
time.
gone.
His own reward.
I'm gonna sort of passionlessly roll the body off of my bedroll, start cleaning it.
It is time for them to die.
God damn! I
The
forgot.
right choice was made.
That's not very heroic.
What?
Do you pick up the chunk of her arm that I left behind?
Why would I?
Christ.
Well, yeah,
It's
go
matter at this
frown.
point. At this point, it's just matter.
Now draw your weapons. Battle is upon us.
What?
I think what he's trying to say is it's just a corpse.
No, I got what he was just trying to say. It's more the fact that he said it.
I mean, as callous as it is, it doesn't make it any less true. You're there and then you're not.
Echo to shake her head.
Well, I suppose we should just get moving.
Alright, pack up camp. Put the shovel away, I suppose.
I'm gonna roll a con save, Mitchell, because I did not get any rest because I stayed up for all the watches after the first one when someone fell from the sky.
Okay, yep, go ahead.
Well, I got my sleep.
All right. Still doing good.
Yep, but I mean, the DC is going up because that's 2 nights in a row.
I kept that into account.
Good. I'm just, I don't want to like cheat, you know.
Mm-hmm. So, yep. Guys, keep traveling. Sun comes up after about an hour. You start moving along the road again. At least for Cook and I'm guessing Oyeko in a rather somber mood.
Yes.
I'd be in a somber as well. I'm not happy about what happened. I'm actually quite nonplussed, one could say.
Johnny seems unbothered, which might be surprising. But he
Well,
thinks
yeah,
all
he
went
can't-
well.
You can't regret what happened. But yes, this was the best possible outcome.
Yes.
Murder.
It was a preemptive strike against all the terror it would wreak if left alive.
Well, that's why when we came back, I was just like, all right, and I shot her. Has to be done. And,
Well, I didn't do it, even if it was wrong. But it couldn't have been.
Because I
So.
agreed to it.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So, he travels throughout the morning. It's pretty, like a pretty quiet walk. There's some travelers, but not too many. And around, like, maybe half an hour after you guys pause for lunch and, get going again, you see a cloaked figure way down the road who seems to be, like, kind of scratching something maybe with a stick. Though once you notice him, he very rapidly finishes up whatever he was doing in the road and sprints off into the woods.
Huh.
That was strange.
I'm gonna jog ahead to try and see what the hell he was doing.
I will
Alright.
follow.
I'm going to be keeping an eye out. I'm always doing that though. Ranger smile. It's too easy.
So, you guys make it up to the path and closely followed by the other ones, but scratched into the. It's just a dirt road. It's not cobblestone or anything. So, but scratched into the road are the words just in common, matched with a very recognizable symbol of the cursed moon Good luck tomorrow. You're going to need it.
Huh?
Well, that's not unsettling at all.
I disagree. I find that very unsettling.
I was being sarcastic.
I wasn't.
Yep. So, Cook and the rest of your group catch up. Cook just kind of reads the message.
Maybe we should try and find somewhere solid to rest tonight. Or sorry, tomorrow, I suppose.
I would not be opposed to that.
So, onward.
I saw this weird fucking dull gray moon amulet. And the other piece as well.
Yep.
Weird. That's probably not fucking bad at all. I'm sure it'll be fine. The dull gray moon negates magic, right? Or doesn't negate it, but it fucks with it in the negative
It-
sense.
Heavily weakens it, yes.
I'm gonna put on the dull gray moon amulet.
Okay. I mean, if it makes you feel better, it does. Otherwise, it
no,
doesn't
I'm-
seem to have
listen.
any other effect.
I don't know if it's gonna do anything, but you know,
Yep.
something's better than nothing.
Yeah. I mean, you don't feel any magical tingle, and the thing doesn't curse you or anything from at least just wearing it, so.
I don't feel less magical because I didn't feel any magic in the first place. So
Mm-hmm.
not a, gonna be honest, not the most options.
Yep. So, you guys keep going. And an hour or so before the sun goes down entirely, you seem to reach a change. Mostly in that there is a slight tingle in the air. It only lasts for like only about 10 seconds, but
I did not like that.
Curious.
Visibly displeased. Let's find somewhere to solid to rest faster.
Agreed.
all right. What are you guys looking for in particular?
Anything with walls.
And preferably a roof.
All right. So, yep, you keep going down the road.
Shove, I will sleep fucking bear.
Yeah. There's unfortunately not very many caves down this way. And the forest at this point is kind of thinned out a little bit. But you do, at right around when nighttime is kind of almost fully setting in, spot a small building kind of set up like away from the road. Its lights are on. There seems to be a person kind of like standing out front with a small amount of smoke drifting away from them.
Hello.
Yeah. A youngish human. He's probably in like his 40s at this point. Just kind of looks at you. Hello? What do you need?
Is there somewhere to stay nearby?
Think there's an inn, like, about half a day's travel down the road, but I think there's a town 2 days back in the direction you came.
Half day trip. What time is it?
Nighttime. Yeah. Those of you without dark vision can only see this guy's face by the small amount of flame in his pipe.
That's me.
How big is his house?
It's a little bigger than like your average hovel, but it's probably not more than one room. Though there's a couple other structures scattered around his farm, you'd assume.
Do we have like a barn?
You don't see one. Just kind of look at you guys.
Do you have
Need
somewhere?
a place to stay?
Yes. Do you have somewhere inside we can sleep for a night?
Well, think my lass would be really mad if I just invited you in, but as long as you're willing not to touch any of the vegetables, I could keep you in the storehouse.
Works for me.
That would be greatly appreciated.
All right. Let me lead you over. Tonight, by the way, it is the first 2 moon night that we've seen so far. And funny enough, it's a interesting mix of silver and gold, as Felak and Slelak are up tonight.
I'm hitting the hay, guys. It's after 11.
Fair.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
we
love
can
y'all
head there.
tremendously. Y'all can keep going and do Johnny things.
Johnny Vanguard. I'm gonna make a gun out of a potato and silverware.
I will one day. Just you
I'm
wait.
basically a fucking Chad.
See, Peyton knows what's up.
Yeah, no, I get Johnny Vanguard.
Hell yeah. All right. Good night, guys.
Night, Lump.
Good night, Lumpy. No, I wasn't kidding. We are going to stop here. So,
Alright.
yep, with you guys resting in this guy's storeroom.
I'll give him a couple silver.
All right.
That feels like a fair amount.
I mean, he looks surprised, but he accepts it either way.
Yeah.
Here I was ready to offer. If he was gonna be like, I don't think so, I was gonna be like, I'm gonna pay you 5 gold if you let us.
Jesus.
Nah. He says something, well, you know, I don't even need the coin, really. Farm's about to get back up and running. Got everything planted a week ago. And you should show kindness to strangers.
I said I would pay, and as such I will. Besides, you had no need to do this for us.
Yeah, I appreciate it. As long as you don't eat any of the vegetables, then we're all square.
No plans to. And I usually don't go off the plan.
I assure you we won't eat your vegetables. Your kindness is greatly appreciated.
Your kindness is more than filling.
Give me that thing. Your
He
kindness.
nods and makes a circular motion over his heart with the hand not holding the pipe. Of course,
And we're back.
it's all in Parlax's light that we give thanks for things like that.
I don't know who that is. In
Moon.
character, I know very few fucking
Parlax
gods.
is it's one of the moons, not one of the gods.
I would have known that.
So, as you know, there are people that follow the moons as gods. So,
Yep.
This is most likely one of those.
But I probably know the goblin gods because, you know, kill them. And the moons. That's it. Everything else is what the fuck.
Yep. So, yeah. We'll end with you guys taking a break in the storeroom. Pick up there.
Alrighty.
Alright.
Yep.
In the recording.
Just kind of a quiet session. You guys got some stuff done.
I liked it.
Quiet session should be good.
No murder, but
Well,
unless you count gravity murdering somebody.
There's actually
Yeah.
two murderers,
Yeah,
almost three.
what about the lady, you know?
no
That was more of
murder.
an
I
assassination.
walk back into camp. I shoot her.
That was more of an assassination. You know it.
Or when my favorite is how you're like,
NPC finished the job, so it doesn't count.
Bingo.
oh, I was planning to. If the NPC didn't, I would have looked at Mo, and if Mo didn't, then I would have gone up and done it myself. Fine, I'll do it myself. God, I'm getting a large amount of. I'm really racking up the. I walk into the scene, I shoot a person. Really racking those up.
whether or not those are things you want to rack up consistently, I'm not sure.
Here's the thing. You say that, but one of them was a boss, and one of them was a mini boss, and then the last one was this bitch. She was the one who didn't. She was the one who instantly went down. Although
This is fair.
the boss was very close to.
Mm-hmm.
1 health in a dream. Yeah, probably really. I really wish I fucking just walked into that room. He started monologuing, and his head just disappeared. It would have been so fucking good. Man, can't wait to end up late in the game and learn that fucking Mo is actually an amazing liar and just hard played us.
That'd be fucked up.
That would be amazing. Especially because with the way this character's morals work, it would probably end with trying to murder Mo.
Playing the longest of cons.
War has long ravaged your lands, taking its toll on your people. Languishing under the oppression of fear can only last so long. The people, having tasted the sweetness of freedom before,
So fucking sleepy right now.
sometimes violently.
I might just go to bed.
War is as a great inferno. It cannot be contained, and so
think I'm
spreads
gonna
and
get off myself, so.
multiplies. On many fronts you now wage war. Take care not to be overwhelmed by multiple conflicts, and
Regular
strive
sleepy
towards
party.
total victory
Mhm.
as soon as possible.
Alright, night guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you for the
Good luck.
session. A lot of fun.
Die.
I would give it an amount out of 10.
Ah, good.
Life is fleeting. As
It's
is
somewhere on the scale. They usually are.
Alright. Bye.
Goodbye.
See ya.
Hey, bitch. You never answered my other questions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me look.
I actually have a fucking character concept, and this is the one time you decide not to answer me, you son of a bitch.
Well, okay, so for that, there would have been trials like going on because, I mean, you saw it. It's not like the most irregular thing in the world.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have been like the big like spectacle one like Tarhuns.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, so there would be some sort of trial
Is that-
going on.
I'm gonna let you know the basic idea of the character at this point, because you know, I'm going to have to eventually.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I show up here like, all right, so what's your character? Fuck you, huh? What, huh? So effectively, I've decided that no more Mr. Nice Me. I'm a son of a bitch. So I'm gonna play someone who is a son of a bitch and isn't anymore. It's still Nice Me. Get fucked, idiot.
Oh, trickery
so-
maneuver.
Yeah, either going to be a pirate, not 100% sure on that, or a bandit. You know, one of those two things. End up like as it's nearing the time for things to go down. So this character would have been that before the world went fully to shit. Captured, end up going in for trial. The big attack happens. Instead of using this as a chance to escape, instead use it as a chance to, you know, it's like the thing of like, okay, well, I'm probably going to die here. Do I die trying to continue being a piece of shit to my last breath? Or do I decide it's time to make a change? And the make a change one out.